Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, tonight's question is: does Katie have the right to be jealous of Bill's and Poppy's relationship? I'm going to sit there and say hell to the no. Okay? Once you are not with that man anymore, once you chose to reject that man, you do not actually have a say so in that man's relationship. You really don't. You don't have the right to sit there and be jealous. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, F your feelings. Okay? You don't get to sit there and go backwards. We're me sitting here talking about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless. Let's do a quick shout out, roll call, and get this started. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? LaShant is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Bobby is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Charlene is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope everyone is having a great night, by the way. Get some music in here. Let's get this started. And of course, because I got to sit there and finish this bottle. Terry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Okay. So there you go. And if Clark is in the chat, how you doing tonight? It's been a minute since I've seen you. How have you been? Yeah, it was pretty so-so, Cherry Ice Cream. I'm doing good, Black Mon. I had the day off. I didn't have a hangover. So, I actually told you about the week off. So, I'm doing great. And I said, I don't like Poppy C. Bagel at all. She is playing my bill like a guitar. I'm not having it. You ain't having it, okay? LaShanta says, I can't wait till Ava gets her just desserts. Well, she screwed over her only friend, and now her other only friend is somebody who is 20 years younger than her. So, Darby was good. Oh, my vacation's going pretty well, Darby. My vacation's going pretty well. I'm very happy. Laura B's in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sorry if I didn't say hi to you before. We got a new person. Swana says, I think Katie should back off. She is happy with Carter. Why should Katie be in their business now? Exactly, Swana. And let's everyone say what's up to Swana. Let's everyone say what's up to the new girl. Eagle Fang says, hey, Albert, Tom, Katie is just a gossip girl on B&B. She was the best Kelly Kramer on One Life to Live. Oh, I forgot she was Kelly Kramer. Thank you. Can I say, I'm sorry about Johnny and my fellow GH fans. Yeah. Swana says, yeah. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Swana. It's good to have you tonight. Danny R's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, let's give Swana a warm welcome. Bobby said, "Do Bill know about Luna's?" Yeah, that's a good. I think you might have wrote that in my comment section. Well, Swana, you're gonna fit. You're gonna fit right in. So I'm happy you're here. Um, but yeah, she's all sorts of jealous, talking about, oh well, I don't. What did she say? I don't think much of her. I was like, okay, well, I mean, to be honest, who are you, Katie? Like, seriously, who are you? and made a new video. Okay, I'll check it out, Danny. Um, Lashanta says, I don't see why Bill's not mad because he asked Poppy was. Yes, thank you. And I actually wrote that in my notes as well. Kenneth says, I truly believe Kelly is really Bill's, to be honest. You mean Luna's? By the way, after I read this comment, I'm going to sit there and say my announcement. Darby says, Bill, not Poppy, should tell Katie to mind her own business. However, if Katie question is not about their. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Darby. 100%. 100%. So, as I always sit there and say, well, one, make sure you hit the like button as you're coming in. We got 21 people. So hopefully you got some good likes. Two, and this is probably the most important part, I'm not going to sit there and be able to read everyone's comment. So if I miss your comment, don't take it personal, especially after I have, well, a lot of this. So just, yeah, write it again and just understand that I will not always be able to read every person's comment. LaShawn says, I see Liz didn't tell Finn she told Portia his business yet, but she was being hella judgmental towards him now. She was being hella judgmental towards him. Well, Danny, that's business though. I understand that you're feeling like she's being personal, but again, if the numbers don't lie, then that's business, Danny. That's not personal. That's literally business. Kenneth said, Albert, do you think Poppy will get Finn involved in case Bill is not the father by switching DNA? I won't put it past her. I will not put it past her, Kenneth. Um, Charlene says, Hope Thomas comes back and have Hope back. Hmm. Darby says, did we get a new one today? Nope, it's still the same one from yesterday. And it's so much. I was like, when this is gone, then I go get a new one. Then I go get a new one. So maybe tomorrow. I think this should be done by tomorrow. But yeah, the fact that she sit there and said, what is she? She said something about her. Eagle Fang says that drink is called the Finn Special that Albert is drinking. He named his cup Alex P. Ronnie Ron. Albert, what's your take on Jaden not telling Patch the truth about Everett DID because he was concerned about his daughter? Um, but Ron, she did tell him about the DID though. Like Ron, that's literally what he wanted to do. At first, she didn't want to do it to betray Everett's trust, but she did want to snip there saying something though. It says, "Hey everyone, guess Trina and Josh are moving in together. Wish Trina has something for herself, but they probably would get Max. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Ed, I don't know if she can afford her own place though. Also, Autumn, hey Albert, Katie does not have a right to be jealous of Bill and Poppy because if I remember, down. Katie turned Bill down, and what the heck is going on with Carter and Katie? Are they still together? Exactly. They could have broke up off screen. That's how lazy Brad Bell is. They could have broke up off screen. Off screen. You know, Eagle Fang. Somebody else said the same thing too. Because the writing is not. It has not been good for Ava, right? Um, this Sutton lust for power. That's a good question, Darby. Is Quiet Guy actually in the room? Is Quiet Guy in the chat tonight? Um, but yeah, this 180, and now she wants to be around Sonny. She couldn't stand Sonny at one point. She only tolerated him because of their daughter, but now she wants to sit there and be all, the queen of the manor. She backstabs the only friend that she has, and the only other friend that she has is somebody who's 20 years younger than her. Come on. What are we doing? Oh, Quiet Guy. Quiet Guy is here tonight. Okay. What's good, Quiet Guy? I guess we solved that mystery. And by the way, also, once again, want to give a birthday shout out to Janet Zach, Queen Janet Zach. Her birthday, I think, was yesterday, so shout out to her. Swana says, why would people in their right mind want Thomas and Hope together? I mean, he kept the secret of Beth was alive. I couldn't date a man who knew my child was alive. Yeah, that's very true. Exactly, Laura B. Exactly. But it was funny though, because Laura B, like, he literally showed up. And says, I wonder how Eric is going to afford living in Sloan's apartment because she was the one that was paying the bills. Glad John and Marlena checked in, and I'm like the conversation between John and Eric. But yes, that's a very good question. How the hell is Eric gonna pay those? That apartment is kind of expensive, and he wasn't even really contributing that much to the apartment in general. Very good question. Lashanta says, Albert talk about Nikki wanting Jack to be her sponsor. Yeah, see, that's the thing though. Because Jack said yes without hesitation. He didn't even think about his wife, which I understand why Diane is so pissed off. Um, and I'm also just like, maybe you shouldn't be asking for him to be your sponsor because he had to give up his sobriety just to help you out. So why would you like? Wouldn't it be better for you to step back and let this man live his life in the wreckage that it is? So yeah, I think that was somewhat selfish on Nikki and stupid on Jack. Quiet God, not too long ago, a very young person asked me if I talked. Well, here's the thing, Quiet Guy. Even if you're just in the chat and you just want to listen in, that's cool too. I just like to sit there and say what's up to you. That's all. Lashanta said that was on Jack. It was, and you're 100% right about that. Laura B says I understand why Dan was pissed off. Yeah, and I get it too. And what's good, Deluxe? What's good, De Havlin? How are you doing tonight? Ron says, "But why is Marlena asking Jada and Marlena to get him help, to get Everett help? That's why she asked him this to stage an intervention. I don't know if it's a good idea because he does seem like he's very defensive and very like angry. But yeah, Ron. I mean, why else would you sit there and stage an intervention or want an intervention? Kenneth says, I don't like RJ, aka Poppy, together. I wouldn't mind her being with Thomas. I don't like RJ, aka Poppy, together. I wouldn't mind her being with. You wouldn't mind who being with Thomas? Who would you want Thomas to be with? Poppy? You want Poppy and Thomas to be together? I just want to make sure I got that. I just want to make sure I got that right. Yes, was good to have one. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. So Ken, if you're not a fan of RJ, huh? Jay Blue says, I thought A thought occurred to me last night. Why did the writers make a big deal of Finn breaking his sobriety, but he didn't make a big deal when Sasha drank? Isn't she in recovery too? I think her thing was J Blue. I think with hers, it wasn't drinking; it was pills. It was pills. That's why I don't understand when Finn drunk. It wasn't pills. It was literally it was pills. It wasn't alcohol. Darby said Thomas could be old enough to be her father. Hmm. LaShanta says I don't agree with being responsive. Victor won't like it. Diane's foul. Why not tell Nikki no? Cameron said no. I would like to know why he and Coco broke up. They were that's way before my time. Um Ron says I like the scene in Montana with Lucas, Ava, and Harris, but I have a gut feeling that Clyde will unalive them. Well, I guess we'll wait and see. What did you like about it? I mean, if you liked it, that's cool. I didn't really care one way or the other, but um, Charlene says, will Steffi be charged with Sugar's murder? No, no, because it was still it's classified as self defense. So no, Charlene. Well, Swana, that's probably going to wind up happening. Finn and Hope are probably going to be together. And how are you doing tonight, Amber? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Amber. How are you? Yeah, it was very classic soap to have one. And then afterwards, oof, okay, this drink is hitting me fast. Jesus Christ. Um, I was gonna sit there and say, I mean, my whole thing was like, if Nina didn't sit there and betray Ava, if Nina didn't sit there and go back on her word with Ava's artist, then Ava wouldn't have bothered to show up there. So, like, that particular interaction was because Nina was being petty. It was like, oh, well, there's not enough room in the article for your artist or whatever. I'm like, come on, Nina. Like, what are you doing? Even Max, who was like, did you want to sign divorce papers? Did you want to sign divorce papers? Did you want to give up the hotel? Well, if that's the case, then why put in all that effort and to try to come after her? LaShanta said, what was the point of Anna asking Jason for his account? No reason. It was stupid. And it was just there to sit there and stretch out a scene. Ron said, so Ava forgot that it was is what Patch do for a living because she was, well, yeah. It was kind of a stupid scene now, to be honest. It's like the only thing that was actually good, Ron, was the fact that was good, Susan R. Um, was that they know how to find Clyde through Goldman because she can only eat a certain type of bread that's gluten free, and it has to be special delivered. So that's right, Freddie. Nina Nation, Nina Nation, baby, Nina Nation. Let's see if Kyrie's is actually coming on tonight. And it's the birthday lady herself, gorgeous Queen Janet. Happy birthday again. I know it's belated, but happy belated birthday. I hope you had a good day. Jada, I feel like Drew's running for Congress will set up a lot of potential for good drama, but the new writers would fumble it so hard. Yeah. What's good, Jada? Oh, stop it, Freddie. Of course. Jenna, it's your special day. It's the day you were born and you graced us with your presence in this world. So it deserves to be celebrated. Darby says, Albert, because it's fun to mess with your enemies sometimes, Albert. If Ava and Nina can't be best friends, they can be best. And well, yeah, I mean, I listen, very, I'm all about the messiness, so I get it. I'm just saying, it's like it just proves how Nina can't bother to sit there and try to be like rise above a petty situation, you know? And Ed says, I'm proud how Jada handling the situation regarding Everett. Yeah, it's a much welcome improvement over her first interaction with Everett when she was acting like a Karen. But now knowing the situation, you know, maybe Kyrie's won't be on tonight. No, he did sit there and say he usually takes Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. And Jada, um, welcome to the chat. I feel like I've seen you before, but if I didn't see you, welcome to the chat though. Where's the It is. It is, Darby, but you know, whenever she's here, it's just always amazing. So Danny says, okay, there's I got to get to one comment at a time, Ron. I'll get to you in a second. Danny says, Albert, I'm sick and tired of this story with Katie. They should use her better, not going back to Bill at the time. This is why B&B is garbage. Well, it's one of many reasons why B&B is garbage. But I mean, my whole thing is like, what happened to Carter? Danny, remember she was going out with Carter? Ron says, Albert, were you happy with Chad understanding of Everett having DRD? I mean, I didn't really care one way or the other. So, Ron, I wouldn't exactly use the word happy in that scene. Um, Honestly, tell you the truth, days today, Ron, days was so. You know, Jenna says, so when do you think we will find out about Luna's dad? Hopefully, hopefully soon, Jenna, because remember they did actually push it back when they had to deal with the whole Zende situation. So hopefully now they can kind of speed it up a little bit. J Blue says Finn was pills too. I looked online and it said that drinking could lead you back to the original blank you're addicted to him. Yeah, I guess. I think you're probably right about that. I think for me, because I'm just so uneducated when it comes towards one thing leading to the other, that it just surprises me. Richard was good. Richard W says that, hey Albert, weren't you the guy who got on my neck for agreeing with Alexis for not feeding into Natalia's nonsense? To quote you and Freddie, that way being the bigger person. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did say that. That's true. Good point, Darby. You have a good memory, my friend. But honestly, tell you the truth, though, Darby, those are different situations, though, too. If we're gonna be honest, Darby, if you want to sit there, you're an honest good man, Albert. No, no, thank you, Darby. But I'm just saying, like, there are different situations, though. Natalia was meant there coming at her daughter. Both of those two were just being petty. But so they're not exactly the same type of They're not exactly the same type of situations. Lashanta says, I think Chase is doing too much. Yeah, because he's grieving and he wants to sit there and try to be there for everyone else. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really give two damns about Chase and Brooklyn in today's episode. Was good, Francis? W says I can see it now, Albert. You can see what now? Oh, you mean the what can you see now? Um Bobby says writers forgot Katie was calling Ricardo. Exactly. I'm like, why are you getting so jealous that they talk about I don't know if I'm gonna have a future with him? Why are you sitting there talking about if you don't know you're gonna have a future with him when you're with Carter? I don't really see much in Poppy. Okay. Well, Katie, no one asked your opinion. Your opinion isn't needed nor wanted, so you can your mouth. Ron says, Albert, I assume that you didn't give an F about Chad and Stephanie saying, no, I did not. You're exactly correct. Correct, Mundo. LaShawn, Josh, and Trina are moving into a college apartment. I hope it's nice. I hope they have a good story. I hope Trina has a good story. Yeah, yeah, they are different. Yeah, exactly, LaShawn. So she doesn't get to sit there and here's the thing: you don't get to sit there and be jealous when you turned him down. You don't get to do that. Okay. You don't get to sit there. And I know it sounds weird to sit there and say you don't get to change your mind, but it's like once you close that door, leave it closed. Thank you, Francis. Francis says Katie gave up her right to Bill when she turned away and started a relationship with Carter. She's annoying. Exactly. You know, Francis, for the first time, she's actually been annoying to me. The very first time she's actually been annoying to me. Because Brooke was like, well, how do you feel about it? Her feelings aren't important. Why is Katie's feelings valid? Unless it has anything to do with their son, her feelings don't mean anything. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm not gonna sit there and bother to sugarcoat it. Bobby says, "Do Poppy work? She don't look rich." And she probably who the hell knows at this point. Honestly, that's a damn good question. Ed says, "What did you think about the Ava and Alexis scene?" Thank you. Yes. You know what, Lord B? I'm gonna get to that comment in 1 second. Alexis is another person that should take accountability instead of blaming Ava. Oh, you're the person that got my law license. You know, you're the person that got my law license taken away. No, Alexis, you're the person that got your law license taken away. Okay, you are the person that did that. You did that to yourself when you lied and you perjured yourself. Jay Blue says, "Why was Ava trying to gaslight Josh?" I don't see that as gaslighting, but uh, how's that gaslighting, Jay Blue? Laura B, you have a good heart. I'll say that much. You have a very good and big and generous heart. So that's good. No, but I'm just not just saying, Darby. If unless it's about their son, you don't. Cause that's my whole thing. Like you you lost that right to have any sort of jealous feelings, and you're also dating another man. Did you forget that? And even if you weren't dating another man, he's dating somebody else. Why don't you be the bigger person and actually be happy for him instead of sitting there being in your own little feelings? How about that? It's like, and that's my whole thing. It's like I know that I'm coming across as kind of harsh and maybe a little bit mean, but I'm a type of person that likes to cut to the truth. I don't like to BS around stuff. And I'm also not a person that likes to sit there and give grace or give excuses. Then he says, I'm trying to put a video of Roger videotape, but my camera was acting weird, so it's going to be some. Okay, I'll keep an eye on it for it, Danny. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Francis. Francis says, I thought Elizabeth was out of line today with Finn. He apologized for his behavior and was truly sincere. His dad just died and she gave him the third degree. No compassion. Thank you. That's Thank you, Francis, for keeping me on point. That's another person that was out of pocket. That's another person that was out of pocket. I was like, I can't believe that you actually act this way. I just couldn't believe that you were sitting there acting like that. Liz, you're an idiot. His dad just died, right? Just a very hard, terrible day that he just had, and you're asking stupid questions. You have the audacity to sit there and give him the third degree. Well, I was just sitting there trying to do something like shut your mouth. Alyssa J, how you doing tonight? Yeah, that's true, Freddie. I'm tired of the same dialogue between Jocelyn and Trina about Dex and Sunny. Can the writers find them something else to talk about? Let them talk about what they're doing for the summer or something. It's very true. What's good, Big Nate? Tommy, Jack needs to listen to Diane. Exactly. Listen to your wife and not your ex-wife. That's the thing, Tommy. It was so out of pocket for him to sit there and make that decision and didn't even sit there and regard what Diane wanted, Tommy. It was good, Big Nate. But yeah, she was just asking all these sorts of questions, and towards the end, she was like, "Oh, I can pick up Violet." No, 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 no. How about Brooklyn picks up Violet? You can sit there and stay your ass somewhere else. You doing too much, Liz. I understand that you're Violet's aunt, but you're not her mother, and you don't have any custodial rights. So what Liz needs to do is stay in her lane. Thank you, Lobby. Thank you. Make sure you do hit that like button because it really does actually help. I'm going to sit there and be checking on that. So yes, thank you, Lobby. I appreciate that. J Blue says every time Drew is on scene. Yeah, did anyone actually care about the scenes between Drew and Willow? Lady J is in the chat. What's good, love? Let's everyone say what's up to Jess. Alyssa, I understand that Jack is still on Tucker's neck, but he's acting. Yeah, I said that too, Alyssa. And I like Jack, and I'm like, bro, you doing too much. What's good, Melly Mel, my horror queen? I know you watched tomorrow's episode of The Young and the Restless, and it was good, right? Hmm. By the way, just in case people are wondering what I'm drinking, hold on, let me. Yeah, like clockwork. Janet says no, Drew and Willow are boring. Yeah, I did not give. I mean, to be fair, Janet, I also didn't care about Brooklyn and Chase. As says, I can't wait for Finn's conversation with Portia because after all this, I think Liz and Finn's relationship is over. Yeah, and I wouldn't blame Finn, especially the way that Liz was sitting there coming at him. No, 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 no. Tommy said, just a heads up, tomorrow's going to be worse for Jack and Diane. This episode got me drunk. Got me drunk. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Darby says Jack said he wants Diane as his wife, but his action says another thing. Exactly. That's the thing, Darby. It cost him his life what he wanted doing, and it cost him his sobriety. He didn't think twice about that. And then what he wound up doing? You know what? I'm just going to sit there and be her sponsor and not bother to even sit there and check in with my wife. Alyssa says, I think Summer is still skeptical about Claire and pretending to be on board with Claire being Harrison Andy for the sake of what's it, getting along to go along or going along to get along? Jess says, I've been bored with these soaps. Well, which one have you liked the most between General Hospital and B&B? But yeah, Janet, that's the thing. Damn near almost every scene, Willow is boring. Okay, now it's time for you to check these likes. It is very true, Tommy. Your queen does come first, not Nikki Newman. I mean, I don't hate Nikki Newman, but I'm like, you doing too much, bro. Crystal, how you doing tonight? Stop it, Darby. Nikki is radiant. That woman was glowing. That woman was glowing. Okay? Don't you start in with that nonsense, Darby. Where's my damn music at? I swear sometimes it's like this phone. There's lots of me. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Lashanta says Albert didn't Nikki drop Seth because he fell off the wagon. Well, yeah, Lashanta, but she should have did that though. Oh, never mind. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. I had to think about that for a minute. Good point. I was just pissing me off. Darby says that woman is drunk, Albert. Darby, she's not drunk, she's sober. Why are you spreading lies and fallacies, Darby? Tommy says I feel bad for Billy now because Jill is not. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Tommy. I was kind of in my feelings yesterday about that scene. I don't know if it was the alcohol. I think it had a lot to do with the alcohol, but I was kind of in my feelings about that scene, Tommy. Oof. I hate being in my feelings. I hate feelings. I hate certain feelings. Francis says Finn and Liz have always been boring. Maybe Alexis and Finn will get together and keep each other sober. This should be interesting. Alyssa only watched days today. I need to watch Weinar and Bold and yesterday's Bold. Well, Alyssa, your girl, Trina was on today, though. I mean, to be fair, Alyssa, they did make it about Jocelyn, so never mind. Mel says I made it crystal clear that Victor was going to catch cold. Yes, I mean the writing was on the wall with that, but yes. Crystal says Nikki has not gloried in 20 years. I don't know what that means. Darby says the woman that 100% proof alcohol, Albert. No one in Nikki is glowing. Darby, she's glowing because she is beautiful. Okay, she is glowing because she is radiant. She is a Darby, you need to appreciate Nikki Newman. That's what you need to do. Well, look, that's it's funny. Listen, I started talking, and then I had to realize what I was saying, and I was like, you know what, never mind. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, listen. Even when I started talking, I was like, yeah, you know what, never mind. Justin says, I'm not a fan of Bill, but no, Katie is a hypocrite because she didn't like it when Bill was in her business. Like she don't know, like she's not with Car exactly. Ooh, we use no caps today, huh, bro? Okay, Darby, we use no caps. Lashanta says, "OMG, Albert, about what? I mean, about the radiant, lovely Nikki Newman, Lashanta. There's nothing wrong with appreciating a very beautiful, radiant woman. Woman, stop." Mel says, my intuition is that Summer is going to hire Sally at Marquetti, even though Summer did not. Well, yeah. Um, I think that's kind of just a given, but yeah. But Alyssa, let me ask you a question, Dom. Do you think that Katie has a right to be jealous of Poppy's relationship with Bill? That's my question for you, Alyssa. Justin says Albert Katie is just like Summer getting jealous of Lola and Sally and Claire. Hmm. I wish I was watching it back then. I wish I was reviewing it back then. Tommy says no right, no effing right whatsoever. Thank you, Tommy. Ed says Alyssa, I don't know. Did Katie and Bill date? They used to date, and then Bill wanted to go back out with Katie. Katie said no, because Bill did cheat. But now Poppy is with Bill, and it seems that Katie's jealous. But Bill he tried to get back with Katie a couple of times, and she kept saying no. LaShanta says, Albert, what's wrong with Joe? Something about her heart. Apparently, she had a heart attack maybe a couple of years ago, and she's having some health issues. So they said it might be related to her heart. Laura B. Okay, and Alyssa, that comment's for you. They were married, but the point is, he tried to get back together with her, and she said no. And she rightfully said no because Bill did cheat on her. But Bill tried with you and you said no, so he's gone out with somebody else. You don't get to sit there and do that. And Francis says Kate and Bill used to be married. Bill cheated on her with Brooke. Yes. Um, Alyssa, oh, I see. Katie shouldn't be jealous because she's the one who kept turning Bill down. Thank you. Yes. I agree with that 100%. Okay, so here's my whole thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Mel. Not about that comment, but so Laura B said that she understood that Chloe felt blindsided, right? And I get that. But my whole thing is like businesses, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't, right? And the thing is, it's not like Sally had any joy and comfort in doing that, but she tried to make it seem like, oh, like Sally abandoned ship. Exactly, thank you. Lashanta says Sally needs to put Chloe in her place because, yes, businesses come and go. Sally put her own money into that company. What did what did Chloe put in there? What did Chloe put into the business? Oh, okay, I guess they don't have my song. Guess I have to sit there and listen to whatever the hell they. Um, maybe. Francis, you gotta sit there and remember that he is also a writer on the show. Jay Blue said, "Did Sasha go to any meetings?" did she wear off the blank cold turkey? What meetings? She doesn't. She's not in. Alyssa, them Logans are a trip. Like, make up your mind and let it be. Katie needs to just let bygones be bygones unless has a change of heart. As of now, it's his and Poppy. Exactly, it's his interest in Poppy. Thank you. Darby says, I said this earlier, every business Chloe is involved in goes down in flames. Damn. And Medora, Chloe needs to look for a job, not just waiting for Sally to do everything. Exactly. My whole thing is Medora, she put her own money into that company to try to keep it afloat, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. LaShanta said Chloe quit Marquetti. She didn't recognize Summer as a boss. Exactly, because she's older and, I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, that's on her, Medora. Thank you. Mel says Albert, Chloe is nothing but a hypocrite saying all these bad things that Adam did to Sally when she was the one who tried to kill Adam and the cabin by blowing it up. I didn't know that. Listen, don't let you know who hear that. Don't let you know who hear that. LaShanta says Albert Widebrook goes to Eric. I don't really know. I know they have a history. That's about it. I think it's a little weird that, Ridge wound up dating the woman that Eric dated. Like, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I couldn't actually go out with somebody who my dad went out with. That would just be all sorts of gross. Like, again, I understand on one hand, Chloe felt like she was. Um, I hate this song. Where I guess I wrote this song, man. I understand that she felt blindsided on one hand, but it's business. It is what it is, and she got all upset, like, oh, like you're dumping me and stuff like that. Boo, find your ass another job then. Medora says Bill getting all this power. Oh, Billy getting all this power. Billy has never proven he can handle pressure. I'm gonna have to take your word for that. LaShanta says I'm talking about work and Steffi in charge. Oh, never mind. Danny says, I believe the first time Bill cheated Katie, I think it was with Steffi. I believe so. Yeah, he was a cheater. Now Francis says Chloe's character pretty useless, hasn't really had a good storyline in years. In years. Damn. Years. Years. Also, while you're here, become a member. I do exclusive live streams for members only. I do videos for members only, and I do members monthly shout outs where I will literally write, that's right, Jess, years, where I'll literally sit there and shout out your name in the video as a way to thank you for being a member. So make sure you hit that in the pin comment above. Mel says, I want Chloe to stay away from Adam and Sally's relationship. Well, yeah, I mean, she needs to sit there and mind the business that pays her. Thank you, Darby. Yes, make sure you do hit that like button because it really does help. Thank you, Darby. Thank you, Darby. Oh, this is a good comment. I'm about to get canceled for. Thank you. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check the like situation in a minute, Darby. So I appreciate you. But Bobby says some women are like Katie in real life. Unfortunately, yes. And that's the thing, Bobby. And I know this is probably going to come across as me being a dick. Women like that want to sit there and have it all. Okay? They want to sit there and have their man, and then they want to sit there and be like, "Hey, listen, when you're available, then let's." No, you don't get that. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to sit there and be with somebody like Carter, but then like, yeah, that annoys the living bejesus out of me. What in the hell? Ugh. Um, yeah, I said that in my review also. Thank you, Quiet Guy. 29 likes so far, and 47 people in this chat. So hit that like button. Alyssa says Ava thought Steve was born last night when she and Harris went to Montana without Steve, knowing Ava, Harris, and Lucas can't be gone by themselves looking for Goldman and Clyde. Yeah, because you know how she's going to be. What's good, Dolomedics? Alyssa says, I heard Katie and Carter broke up off screen. Oh, that'd be some ish. You know, Alyssa, you know how lazy that is? And what's good, Dolomedics? Mel says, I love this trio. Ava, Harris, and Lucas working as a team to hunt down Clyde and Goldman down in Montana. Okay. Dolomedics, I'm off all this week, so I'm doing golden. And I gotta read your email because I saw it today. So thank you, Dolomedics. Medora says everything Carter do is off screen and all the other black. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, um, yeah, I don't like that. You don't get to sit there and be jealous when you're the one that turned him down. You don't get to actually have any feelings with with Bill unless it has something to do with your son. Yeah, just Carter from BNB, the one that's like the gossip guy that you said. Bobby says, have they ever showed Katie and Bill's child? Probably like years ago, maybe before I started watching it. Once he went to boarding school, it's pretty much like every other kid. I mean, Bobby, I don't know if you watched Y&R, but there's a character named Moses that people haven't seen in years, and you're not going to see him. Now, Ed says Ava versus Nina. Now Ava versus Lexus. Ava got way too much going on, and I wonder how she's going to get out of it. Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, Alexis is out of pocket. See, my issue is Alexis and Carly have the same problem. They both don't understand the meaning of the word accountability. Nina wants to, Carly wants to blame Nina for the insider trading, um, ratting her out. But Carly, you committed insider trading. Alexis, you committed perjury. But you want to sit there and start threatening Ava, which is stupid. You want to sit there and start talking about, oh, you got my law license. You got my law license taken away. No, Alexis, you did. And the truth of the matter is, she was 100% right with Ferguson. It was Harmony that did all that stuff to her brother, to his brother, and yet she couldn't be. And yet, just says, why is Ava involving? Why is Ava involved in that storyline? Is stupid. Is stupid alone. That's true. What story, Jess? The Julian story? You mean the story with Alexis? Jess, is that story you're talking about? Delma says Katie probably broke up with Carter when she realized all he ever does is offer. What's good, Jonathan? Mel says Albert made it crystal clear that Sarah has been talking about Xander's mom. Yeah, and that's yeah. Um, okay, I guess you did, but my point is that it's stupid. Like Xander wanted that left alone, and Sarah is refusing to sit there and respect that, which is just asinine. I was never a huge fan of Sarah. I just thought she was hot when I first started watching it, but well, let me take a drink before I read this. LaShanta says, OMG, Aubrey, you're taking up for Ava and you know she was out of order. How was she out of order? LaShanta, explain to me how she was out of order. See, I've been drinking for a hot minute, so this should be good. Explain to me how Ava was out of order when Explain to me how Ava was out of order when it was Alexis that purchased herself. Alexis is the woman that doesn't understand accountability. So why don't you explain to me in the chat how Ava was out of order? Come on, love. This alcohol is going to kick in at some point in time. So Mel says, Albert, Steve is smarter than Ava, that he can find people. Yeah. Um. Okay. Yep. I remember him saying that. I watched the episode. LaShanta said Ava made Sabrina lose her baby. Okay, that was before I started watching it. But what does it have to do with Ava and Alexis? What does that have to do with Ava and Alexis? LaShanta. Johnson says, "What do you think of Ava and Nina scene?" It was funny. It was good. It was needed. The episode wasn't really too. The episode wasn't really too great, Jonathan. So it was needed. But LaShanta, I mean Jonathan, what did you think of the Alexis and Ava scene? That's what I want to hear from you, Jonathan. What did you think of that Alexis and Ava scene? Because apparently, according to someone, I'm out of pocket. I'm still waiting for the answer to that one. LaShanta said, Johnson says it was what it was. LaShanta says Ava didn't have no business snitching on Alexis. Okay, but LaShanta, Alexis is about accountability, right? Alexis wants Ferguson to be accountable for his actions and not blame, well, have his brothers be accountable for his actions and not him. LaShanta, at the end of the day, Alexis is the one that perjured herself, right? So regardless if it was Ava's business or not, oh, Fergus, thank you, Jonathan. It was Alexis that perjured herself, but yet she wants to sit there and blame Ava for her losing her own license. Jesus Christ! It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Carly. Lakeisha says, "Hey, this week has been a busy week for me so far. Well, it's good to have you here tonight, Lakeisha." Quiet Guy says Ava motive for snitching was not justified. Well, what's justified? I mean, she felt that Alexis treated Julian like crap. I think that's justification for wanting revenge. And Jess says it definitely wasn't Ava's business. I don't think anyone. I feel like I need another drink. Lashanta says she didn't lose her license because of perjury, but spite. Are you ser- Are you serious? Are you? Okay, Alyssa, I'm gonna need you to back me up for a hot minute. All right. Justice is not justified. Nina was out of what? Let me get. And what's good, Duan? So let me get this straight. Let me just get this straight. Carly. Okay, Alyssa. So Carly is the one that commits insider trading, but somehow it's Nina's fault that Carly, wound up getting into the trouble that she got into. So instead of actually taking accountability for your actions, it's just much more simpler to blame Nina for something that Carly did. It's the same thing with Alexis. You have to see the parallels on that, Alyssa. Darby says, Albert, you will never know how much joy you can feel when you kick your enemies off like Nina did to Ava. The scowl on Ava's face was priceless. Freddie says, as much as I don't like Nina, it wasn't on it. Thank you. What the hell happened to mom? Are you serious? Listen, I like Ava, so I have your back. Kyrese needs to get in here because they dragging his fave. Anyway, Alyssa J says Alexis has committed a crime and she doesn't take account. Thank you. Jess says it wasn't Nina's business neither. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was her business. Carly, so Carly commits the crime, but somehow it's Nina's fault. Is that what you're saying? Carly commits the crime, but it's somehow Nina's fault. How does that even work? How does that even work? Explain to me how does that even work? Okay. Explain to me how that works. One person commits the crime, but somehow it's somebody else's fault because it wasn't their business. It doesn't matter if it was their business or not. They still committed the crime. So Carly doesn't have to take accountability. Alexis doesn't have to take accountability because it wasn't Ava's fault. It wasn't Ava's business. Come on. I mean, I get that, but now Dolomitic says Alexis does always seem to weasel her way out of paying for her crimes. Yeah, apparently it's Ava's fault. Alyssa Benina committed deleting video footage of Charlotte committing her crimes, and she is wrong. Carly committed a crime, and it was someone else's fault. Thank you. This is what I don't understand. Juan says, "I love brutally honest characters. I love characters that take accountability for their actions." Lovey says, Carly committed the crime, cite not Nina's fault. She reported something that happened. Exactly. Thank you, Laura Being. But somehow it's Nina's fault. How does that even work? Thank you, Alyssa. And that's the thing. That's the thing, Alyssa. I'm not a huge Nina fan by any stretch of the imagination, but like, yeah. Freddie says Carly simply self eavesdrop on Drew and Michael's conversation about Q merger. They said they did not want her help, but Carly took it upon to be an idiot because she's Carly and committed the crime. Thank you. Jess says you're a Nina fan. Okay, Jess, so you're gonna tell me who I'm a fan of now? Is that it, Jess? You just start telling me who I'm a fan of? Even though I just said that I may not be a fan of Nina. Alyssa, Nina may have snitched, but it's not her fault. Carly committed inside trip. I swear sometimes. Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. You just okay. I guess I'm using my other headphones now. That's awesome. Thank you. Quiet guy says it's human nature. If your rival tells on you, you're going to feel some kind of way. I mean, and I get that, quiet guy, but at the end of the day, that's on Carly. That's not on Nina. Yeah, Nina didn't have to do it, and I was out of spite. Oh, okay, I can rock with that. But let's be honest, exactly. But Carly isn't wrong for it. Oh wow! So Lashanta and Jess both just said I'm a Nina fan, even though I just literally said that I'm not a Nina fan. But, okay, I guess Lashanta and Jess are in charge of telling me what I am and what I'm not. But okay, okay. Jess says, "Yeah, you." Oh Lord, okay, Jess. Jess said this is why I don't care for Alexis because she doesn't hold accountability for her actions. Is that's that gross Nipsey trying to draw parallels to Alyssa between Carly and Alexis. But somehow it's Ava and Nina's fault. Like, okay. Let's say you're not a Nina fan because you defend her. LOL. I'm not a Claire fan, but I defend her when it comes to summer take. See, see this is why you're my girl because you understand Alyssa. You get it. You get it, Alyssa. I don't know about some of these other people, but you get it though. Freddie says, I'm a Carly fan, but at least I point out when she's wrong when she committed insider trading. I have to admit that she did this to herself. She should listen to Drew and Michael. Thank you. Thank you. And Alyssa, what you're saying is I appreciate you being here tonight, Alyssa. And Darby says, Abba, you said yesterday you ain't letting no damn woman tell you what to do to him. That's very true, Darby. And I stand by that today. Yes. Yeah. I stand by that 100% today. Darby's laughing, but Jess says, "Man, fight your own battles." Jess, you don't want it. You don't want it. You're not ready. You're not ready for the. You're not ready for the big leagues, Jess. Alyssa usually has my back on certain things, so but you don't want it, Jess. You're not ready for it. You know who I am. I mean, Alyssa always has my back, even when we disagree. But Darby says, I told you I'll push you off a mountain. That's true. But you said you would do it for a hot girl though, Darby, and I respect that. I can't get mad at you for that. Nah, Jess, you don't want it. You ain't ready for me. You ain't ready for me solo. You're not ready for that. I mean, Jess, if you think you're ready for that, I could sit there and send you the link right now, and you can come on here. I bet you she won't come on here though. Duane said I heard a rumor that Nina and Ava and Finn are leaving. Yeah, I kind of heard that too. Freddie says I'm not blind to the fact that old Carly can't do no wrong. Everyone in Port Charles did. Jess says ready for what? Ready for me, Jess. You're not ready for me. If you think you're ready for me, then I can send you the link and you can come on here. But you ain't ready for that. You ain't ready for that 101. W says hot girls are watch you get beat by two women. Darby, ain't nobody beating me. Freddie says I'm not blind to the fact, oh, Carly can't do no wrong and Port Charles did bad things, so nobody's perfect. Not Carly, not Nina, nobody. I will point out if Carly is wrong. That's good. That's fair. Johnson says I expect that there will be a shootout scene on Days of Our Lives when Clyde gets found. But Jonathan, do you think that they're going to kill Clyde off, though? See, she didn't answer my question, so she already knows. Happy night, J Blue. LaShanta says, I can't wait to Ava lose everything. She's doing too much. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. She is doing too much. Jess says, man, hold this out. Okay, Jess, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Jess. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But yeah. See, and that's the thing, Alyssa. I call out Carly when she's wrong. And Alyssa, there are times I defend Carly and I don't like her fair. See, Alyssa, that's why you always make me smile every time you come in this chat. Johnson says it's hard to say Clyde just keeps coming back unless they decide to introduce new villain into the future. You know what I've seen I was actually watching? Now, Lashanta said Carly is wrong a lot, but you can't admit to nothing. Are you Lashanta, are you serious? Have you been watching me? Did you really just Lashanta, I'm gonna pretend that you didn't just say that and we just gonna keep that moving. You didn't just say that. I'm pretending, Lashanta, I'm gonna pretend that I'm actually drunk and I didn't even see that comment and we're just gonna keep moving. Domex says I feel all of this Ava, Nina, and Carly and Alexis discussion is taking away from the important fact that Maxie actually looked pretty decent today. Go Maxie, go! Yeah, they actually did make her look. They actually dressed her like she is somewhat of a fashionista again. Like they decided to give Maxie somewhat of a budget instead of whatever. You know what? I'm not ready to get canceled yet. Never mind. Monet can't wait until Sam finds out she's risking her freedom for Carly after she finds out why Jason really stayed away. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm all for the ride or die, but sometimes you do got to sit there and have your priorities. Annie, how are you doing? Good evening, and salutations. I like that line. I didn't invent it, but I made it popular. So, Annie, I hope you like me because I did actually drag your girl home. I did drag your girl Hope. I just gotta sit there and say that. Annie says it's your line. Well, I appreciate that, Annie. And I appreciate you liking me, even though I do drag Hope. To be fair, Annie, I do drag Steffi also. I've been dragging both of them. Even though LaShawn to sit there and say that I'm not fair or something. Um, Bill Max says they brought back Max Mason say, thanks GH Warder's department. Thanks Frank Valentine for like giving somewhat of a budget. And he says I'm team Hope Steffi is a hater. Oh. Annie, what did you think about Hope's fashion line being cut? Crystal, how you doing tonight? Johnson says Gwen on days was an example of a ride or die. She was with Xander. Jonathan, with Xander she was. And he said that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean Annie, I don't know if you saw my review on Bold and the Beautiful, but I went after both of them though. It wasn't just Hope. And he says because of Steffi the line is suffering, she brainwashed her. I'm gonna get to that comment in 1 minute. Mel says Albert, my intuition is that Divine, Lily, and Nate are going to feel bad on what Jill is. You know, it's funny, Mel. I said the same thing. Thank you, Freddie. They're gonna feel bad coming at Jill because of her heart problem. Now I need to sit there and get a drink before I read this. Annie, I like you, I really do, but hold on for a minute. How you doing tonight, Crystal? No, no, I'm gonna break down this. Alyssa, I didn't know Gwen is a loyal chick. She was loyal to Xander. I'm gonna sit there and say she was a loyal chick, but she was loyal to Xander though. Johnson said I think they should get new writers for days and bring Ron. Yes, I agree with that. And he says it's because of Steffi, the line is suffering, and she brainwashed Thomas in the movie. No, 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 no. That's on Hope. Hope is the type of woman that wanted her cake, and then she wanted her cake and ate it too. How you doing tonight, Sean? Hope screwed herself over. And he says, just the moving parts of it. I'm not saying that Thomas should have stayed with Hope. No, no, no. But my whole thing is like, this is Hope's fault that her line is suffering. She should have kept business. Okay. She knew that the only reason why her line was really that good was because of Thomas. And what did she decide to do? She decided that it was a good idea to sit there and start screwing him. Okay. And then she knew how Thomas felt. But she didn't want to give what Thomas she didn't want to give what Thomas wanted. So finally he had enough. Exactly, thank you, Darby. He had enough of this back and forth games and pining for her and not getting anything in return. So he left. Okay. And Hope knew that the only reason why her line was good when she tried to get Zende and Eric to do her line was because of Thomas. So now her numbers are bad. Well, if you just have some patience, no, 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 sweetheart, that's not how that works. The fashion industry doesn't work on patience. They work on numbers and results. So the only person's fault it was hers. And he says, why is it okay for a woman to wait around for a guy to propose? What does that have to do with Thomas and Hope? Well, but Andy, what does that have to do with Thomas and Hope, though? Justin says, do I feel sorry for Nina? No. Hmm. Crystal says the same site that said Finn, Avon, and Nina were leaving said that Max and Spinelli might be leaving as well, but they did say it was a woman. And he says because women always stay with a guy and get used. But Okay, Annie, what does that have to do with Thomas and Hope, though? See, you're bringing in all these other examples that doesn't have anything to do with Thomas and Hope. So how about we stick to the Thomas and Hope thing and not bring in whatever it is that you just said about, I don't know, feminism or whatever. Um, Johnson says, I don't even know why anyone would complain about raw material on GH. He brought a lot of excitement stories during his time, just like One Life to Live. And he says, would you be as mad? Annie, I'm trying to understand the parallels between what you just said and what is it about Thomas and Hope. Hope played the game of Efron and found out. Okay, she knew exactly what Thomas wanted, and she knew she wasn't ready to commit. She could have done the adult thing and said, "No, that's cool, Annie." She could have done the adult thing and said, "You know what? Listen, this is not going to work out. I'm sorry." When he first proposed to her, but what did he decide to do? Entertain the idea. She entertained the idea of putting a ring around her neck. Come on, Annie. This isn't about whatever examples you was making. This is about the fact that Hope strung Thomas along, and he decided he had enough, and he went to Paris. So what wound up happening? You lost your golden guy, and you are going to wind up losing your line, and you have nobody to blame except for yourself. Exactly, LaShanta. Hope was not going to commit to Thomas, and she should have had the respect to sit there and tell him that, but she didn't. So anything that happened was on her. It's not taking accountability. Jesus fucking Christ. Why is that so hard? I'm sorry, Annie. I wasn't necessarily trying to come at you sideways. It's just like I have to sit there and look at this stuff and just be honest. Darby says I heard that someone close to Jason will get hurt in an explosion at a warehouse. I hope it's not Spinelli. I know, Jonathan. It's just one. This isn't monetizing. Two, it just annoy. That's the thing, though. It just annoys me, though. And Jess, yeah, and Jess says, and Hope like the benefits she was getting from Thomas. Exactly. And he says Hope doesn't have to agree with Steffi. Well, she kind of does because she is the co-CEO. So it's not really a matter of she has to agree with anything. She just has to do her job. I know, Freddie. I was trying to keep this PG, but I started drinking and I felt very passionate about it. So yeah, Lakeisha, it's I hate it, Lakeisha. I really do. I always try to appreciate the little moments because of that. And he says Steffi treats everyone, including her own husband, like some. Yeah, I'm not exactly a fan of that either. I'm not a fan of that either. Honestly, tell you the truth, Annie, I think that Finn should divorce her. I do not like controlling women. Hmm. Freddie says Albert needed that. I needed to get that out. Johnson says you like to drink on the job. Yeah, actually, I do. I do, Jonathan. I actually really do like to drink on the job. I don't like hangovers, but I like to drink on the job, though. That's true, Annie. She is the co-CEO. Crystal says, Albert, I hope you're not drinking. According to Ava, you are going to want to fight. You want to start fighting. No, but like my whole thing is though, like, you know, I get that. Alyssa says, what Albert you do, what kind of work you do to oh, I mean just this. Um no, I don't actually drink on the job, no. Um because if I did, I would have been fired a long time ago. Um, Darby says Albert says this is one of his. Well, it is actually one of my jobs, Darby. You don't think this qualifies as a job? Annie says she has an agenda, is control. She needs to discuss it over with Rich and shareholders. Yes, that's true. That's true. But her word carries a lot of weight, though. And this isn't personal. And Annie says, I don't agree. She needs to take her line away as a punishment. Yes. But if the numbers don't work, the numbers don't work, though. That's the thing, Annie. She can sit there and be personal. Not gonna be like, that's messed up. But if the numbers aren't adding up, she's not making her sales, she's not making her quotas, then that line needs to go. Like seriously, that line needs to go. I'm sorry. Freddie says it's good to see you sober tonight, Albert, though, Albert. Well, sober is kind of a strong word, Freddie. I wouldn't sit there and necessarily use the word sober. Darby says he's a part-time tester at the neighborhood liquor store. I would love to be a part-time tester. And he says you can make it work. It's a family business. Not if the money doesn't work. That's the thing, Annie. Here's the thing. I crapped on Lily for the same reason. She made things personal, right? And I can see where you're coming from, Steph. I can see where you're coming from, Annie. You shouldn't make it personal. Alyssa, I'm a fruity drinker, so I drink cocktails. Yeah, I love sweet drinks as well. Alyssa, we'll get along just fine. Oh no, Freddie, no. Oh, you're not drinking. I'm drinking. I am a wine guy, Darby. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either, Alyssa. Now this is a lot to drink. My black cherry Mike's hard lemonade right now, so you're not alone. Well, thank you, Mal. I don't like drinking alone. Well, I don't hate it, but Freddie says, I mean, you're not drinking tonight. No, actually, no, Freddie. Actually, I am. Actually, I'm drinking tonight. Eh, not really, Darby. Um, Angry Orchard is an exception, but just drinking regular beer, no. Yes, Tommy. Look, and thank you, because I can drag hope to the end of time. But well, Annie, I can probably visit a country. I don't know about moving there. And thank you, Tommy. Lily's doing too much too, right? Lily's doing too much. Lily, you can sit there and make somewhat of a parallel between Lily and Alyssa. Yeah, drink meat. Oh, Alyssa, trust me, I will have no problem doing that. Despite what one woman says, I I can actually hold my own as far as drinking, Alyssa. So yes, I would definitely drink for you. Um, Nikki said, do free cheap wine testing. Well, if it's tasting, then yeah. Thank you, Tom. Yes, Lily was out of pocket for firing Daniel over something personal because that had nothing to do with work, right? And Tommy, the problem is people are sitting there cheering for Lily because she's standing up to her. She's standing up for herself. The problem is this isn't the time and the place to do it. Um, it's out of pocket and it's wrong. And it makes her look bad as a C. Here's the thing: when you're a gamer and they switch developers, that can actually wind up hurting your business a lot more, especially when you find out it's over some personal edge. So Lily is definitely out of pocket, but she's standing up for herself. So what? This is about the company. This is not about her and her personal feelings. Darby says, Albert, do you think Sarah on days and Stephanie on bold are alike in a lot of ways? Well, how do you think that they're alike, Darby? Well, they're both control freaks. So I'll sit there and say that's one. Tommy says, I'm not cheering for Lily. Lily is not a good business. No, she's not, Tommy, because she should be sitting there thinking about the business, not getting rid of Heather and Daniel for personal reasons. I don't give a damn about her standing up for herself. There's a time and a place for that. Business is business and personal is personal. And anyone that's sitting there saying that, oh, well, Lily's standing up for herself, you clearly will not be good at business because you're making things personal. So I agree with that, Tommy. Um, Krista says, does anyone remember when Ava tried to poison Michael? I kind of remember something like that after what Maxie said to Nina today. I don't remember that, but I'll start watching Jade for a little bit, though. Okay, maybe I should get some. Yes, it's not a good business strategy. Um, but the thing is, Tommy, with Steffi is a little bit different, though. Because if Steffi has the numbers to back it up what she does, instead of just saying that hope for the future isn't making a profit, then it's a lot different. Yes, Tommy. It's always see, and that's the thing, Tommy. A lot of times with people, when they let their emotions take charge, it's usually never good. It's never good. Um, Lashanta says, Albert, do you think people are saying Abby was wrong to know Devon was? No, Abby wasn't wrong, Lashanta. Um, Daniel was actually wrong. I mean, Devon was actually wrong. Duan said the math ain't math. Is it? Thank you, Duan. Darby says, personally, I don't like Daniel and Heather because they cheated and rubs her nose in it and then cried victim where Lily fought back, but Lily was wrong to bring her personal life into the business. And that's the thing, Darby. At the end of the day, we can both sit there saying that Daniel and Heather are trash for what they did. Okay, and that's on a personal level. On a business level, it's something entirely different. And I don't. And the people that sit there saying that, well, Lily's right and Lily should be fighting back are people that sit there thinking with their emotions. They're not thinking from a business standpoint. They're thinking from an emotional standpoint. You never win when you think from an emotional standpoint. Like he said, Trader Joe's wine is cheap. I wonder if I have a Trader Joe's by me. I have an actual wine store by. Well, I have two wine stores by me. Hmm. Maybe I have to find one. Yeah, because location, I do like wine. I like the sweet stuff though. Like red wine, I'm not a huge fan of red wine. I'll drink it, but I'm not a huge fan of it though. Sean says, I never liked Lily with Daniel, only King. Darby says both Stephanie and Sarah are control freaks who don't like to be told they are wrong. Oof. Probably the worst person to be with is somebody who thinks that they're not wrong. Darby says at the end of the day, Albert, money rules everything. Money rules everything around me. I can't be mad at you for that. Can't be mad at you for that. Duran says it's just like Lily never has fought back. Yeah, and that's the thing, Duan. I get the idea that people don't like her being a nice girl. They don't like the fact that she rolls over, right? They're like, oh man, like here's the thing, Duan. Any chance that she gets to fight back, that's that's happiness for them. They don't care if it's business or not, because people are thinking with their emotions, Duan. Exactly, Duan. But there's a time and a place for it. And the problem is when people think with their emotions, they think that any time and any place is okay because at least she's fighting back. Like you said, it takes a while to get to the medium and dry wines, but Trader Joe has a lot of decent quality, sweet and medium. Well, Lakeisha, then I'm definitely gonna sit there and go to a Trader Joe's town. I mean, Lakeisha, well, the wine place is literally, oh, okay, I'm kind of bad with direction right now. It's literally like 2 blocks away from me. And they usually know what I want, so they always point to it in case like they move it around. Darby says we will put up with a lot if the people you hate makes you a lot of money. Yeah, that's true, Darby. A lot of people do in some ways kind of sell their soul for money. Tommy says Audra's doing is too much. Here's the thing, Tommy. Audra is trifling and spiteful, right? And I don't understand did um what kind of power did Tucker give Audra to set up those meetings? Just says, imagine being popular at the wine store. Or just to be fair, I'm popular at a couple of places. No, 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 Jess. I'm popular at a lot of places, okay? I'm popular at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm popular at Starbucks. I'm popular at my local deli. So it's not. No, 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 no. Just that's not a word. That's no, no, no. Just. Darby says, hit the like before we leave tonight. Thank you, Darby. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because there are like 40 something people in the chat. So yes, make sure you hit that like button. Domac says, I just watched Steffi blindside Hope on B&B. Steffi is so unprofessional and mature. She literally kept emphasizing she's CEO. I'm gonna have to disagree with you that I have to disagree with you on that, Domax. I don't know if you actually said that because um I'm sorry, what'd you say, Jess? What Jess, I know you meant yes. I know you meant yes. Jess is just messing around. Um okay, it really is actually storming tonight. Um Tommy says Audra have it luck with Tucker. She got no job. No point have her on the show. They need to find a new storyline. No, 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 no. And here's the thing. This is the reason, respectfully, Dolomitics, why I disagree. She is being very petty, right? But here's the thing, though. At the end of the day, is she wrong? She did sit there and say the numbers are not the same without top. Sorry, don't go with that. Um, she did sit there and say that the numbers aren't what they were because Thomas is gone. If the numbers aren't there, then the numbers aren't there. Jess is being cute tonight. If the numbers aren't there, the numbers aren't there. Regardless, at the end of the day, if she's being petty or not, which is still wrong, if the line is cut, that's on Hope. Okay, hold on. I feel like I need another drink. Hold on. 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 I will get to everyone's question in a second. I feel like I need another drink. Just a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna get to this first comment. Hold on. Delmex says Steffi is the one who told the lead design to leave town. Plus, Ridge told Hope she had time to transition and have her support. Thank you, Lashanta. Somebody's making some sense. Okay, hold on. Regardless of what Steffi told Thomas, Thomas is his own person, right? And Thomas ultimately wound up leaving because of Hope and her BS shenanigans. of toying with this man, of leading him on. And at the end of the day, Dolomex, you gotta sit there and remember the numbers. If the math don't math, it doesn't matter. Now, Ridge might only said that because he wants to sit there and please Brooke, but that's a personal decision. That's not a business decision. So once again, as much as I don't like Steffi, I'm on Steffi's side because Steffi is actually making. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lashanta. He chose to leave. He chose to leave. What are we doing? Susan says YNR is having a special episode celebrating Josh Morrow. Nick Newman has been on for 30 years. Oh, I gotta watch that. I'm a Nick Newman fan. Regardless if people sit there and think he's the goddamn Antichrist. Rob Merrick says, how do you know Rich said that to please Brooke? I don't know. You're right. But I won't be surprised. Oh Lord, let's hope not, Doug. Let's hope Esther does not get a. I'm pretty sure they would sit there and do some dumb ish like that. Freddie says, Albert, I'm leaving early. My friend got essay tonight by a couple of losers, but her family and friends right here. Ooh. I am really sorry to hear that, Freddie. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hope everything works out. Keep me posted on it, all right, Freddie? Jesus Christ, damn. That's just god awful. Just says you mad late. Late on what? What am I late on, Jess? What am I late on? Are you talking to me, Jess? Or are you talking to somebody else? Dominic says if you have two people in charge and one boss tells you one thing and the other tells you something, tells you another, that's mixed messages and wrong. Okay. Lakeisha says Nick Newman isn't the Antichrist, just too self-righteous and annoying with it. Okay. Well, I haven't watched that as long as other people, so my perspective is a little bit different, but I respect yours now, Lakeisha. Freddie says, yeah, she's at the hospital. She'll be okay. Thanks for the prayers, everyone. Yeah, of course, Freddie. I mean, I know she's the one that's dealing with it, Freddie, but just to let you know, you can always sit there and email me if you ever want to talk about anything, okay? Yeah, Sean, I felt bad for her in that situation because Ava is a mentor and Jocelyn is her best friend. I personally do think that she should have picked Jocelyn over Ava, but whatever. Johnson says, I remember I started watching your videos during the pandemic, and the only soap that was airing new episodes at the time was Days. Yes, I remember you used to always sit there and see you. That's very true, Jonathan. Darby says, as not as late as you were yesterday, Opera. I thought you were going to do a marathon live stream. It was actually a lot of fun, though. And yeah, no, Freddie, like I said, I'm always here for you if you want to sit there. I know it happened to her, but you're close to her. You kind of have to deal with it too. So just to let you know I'm here for you. But Dari, yeah, I haven't did a 3 hour live stream in a hot minute though. Lashanta says Steffi Forster told Taylor will make boardroom decisions in the bedroom. Alyssa, you should do it, Albert. LOL. It's up to you. Alyssa, I didn't even realize it was 3 hours though. Like I had no idea it was 3 hours. It just kind of just flew by. But if I'm not too drunk by the end of tonight, I will. And he says, tell Thomas to leave the country is a bad business decision. I can kind of see where you're coming from. to some extent. One says Albert Bostic don't like Nikki Newman. And Duan, Nikki Newman is radiant. What are you talking about? Start with those lies and fallacies. Max says, Albert, so if you go into work and one manager says, I know your department is struggling, you have my support, then the next day another manager says you're being written up for the same thing, is that wrong? Yes, it is wrong. It is wrong, Dolmetics. It is. But business is still business, though. That's the thing, though. Business is, and that's the thing, Dolmetics. Business is still business. I don't care what that manager said. The business is not doing well, and I want to do something about it. And they need to sit there and have a discussion. And Alyssa, yeah, I get what he's sitting there saying. That is actually wrong. But at the end of the day, Alyssa, business is business. The numbers ain't mathing. We need to do something so this way that the math can math the F up. So, hey, listen, if we got to sit there and cut that line that isn't doing good, then, like, what are we doing at this point? You know, Forrester Creations is not a charity. It's a business. Thank you. Thank you, Lashant. You don't make you it's not a charity. Freddie says, thank God, but the good news is she's still alive. I'll see you later and see you in the chat. I'm going to take my friend at the hospital because she's very emotional right now, which I can understand. Well, yeah, no, we can all understand that, Freddie. Do what you gotta do. Um, let us know how everything goes, okay? Max says that's what Steffi did the whole that's why I'm saying business is business, but you have to work out things among upper management. Yes. And well, here's the thing, Dolomax. She said that she was going to sit there and do it. Yeah, no, Freddie. Like I said, do what you got to do. We'll be here for you when you come back. Okay. And like I said, I'm always just email me on anything. If you want to sit there and talk. I get that, Dolomax. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Dolomax. She didn't sit there and say that she was just canceling it. She just said that I don't have faith in it and that she wants to cancel it. Right? So nothing is actually finalized with hope for the future. She just looked at it and said that, hey, listen, I don't think this is a good idea for us to continue with it. Johnson says, who do you think UPN should make? What do you think UPN should make a comeback? Raise your hand. Darby says, what if your manager says he has your back and then another manager writes you up? What do you do if that's the first manager doesn't have your back? I mean, it happens, Darby. It happens. But you know, Darby, I mean, I don't really understand what that snap. Here's the thing: we can sit there and talk about every other scenario in the book, right? Let's keep it about hope for the future and if it should still exist or not. But you know, Dolomitics, nothing was finalized, all right? Right, Dolomitics? Stephanie didn't sit there and say, "Well, I'm canceling it." Snap their fingers like Thanos, and it just happened. No, she just said that I don't believe in it and I want it to be canceled. Right? And as co-CEO, Andy says, no one has my back in the professional environment, so I don't know any other way. Freddie says, Albert, for now, I just want to keep it between me and my friends. I really don't want to go into details. But no, of course. I'm just saying, Freddie, my door is always open. That's all. So no pressure or anything. No pressure. Yeah, Jonathan, I saw that, and he was all like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna go down easy if you try to come after me." Except for he did go down easy because he let he let Sonny beat the living hell out of him. So, that sentence didn't really make a lot of sense. Oh, of course, Freddie. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. That's all. So it's okay. LaShanta says, I have a hope for the future. Has been struggling. That's why Thomas came back. Where he left, it went down. Thank you, LaShanta. I'm glad somebody gets it. Like, here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Steffi. I'm not. But this is business. This isn't personal. And I understand how unprofessional may come across, but at the end of the day, math is not goddamn mathing. Then Steffi, as second in command, needs to sit there and do something so this way the math can start the math again. Like, I don't understand that. Why is that not making sense to me? Sean says Sonny really worked over Dex. Sonny's the man. Oh, Sean, that's funny. Domax says I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on this particular one. I think I might be taking this one a little too personal because I've been hit by mixed. No, no, no. Of course, here's the thing, Domax. We always going to sit there and keep it respectful. So I'm never worried about that. Have a good night, Laura B. Um, no, we always going to be, and I get it. I get it, Domax. I never actually got into a situation, so I wouldn't know what it's like to sit there and get mixed messages from one manager to another. Um, I'm trying to look at this particular instance. Johnson says, in a better world, Warner Brothers would buy it the entire stake of CW and turn it back into the WB. Well, let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Why do you want to go back to the WB, Dom? Now, Darby says, and brought them back smaller than ever. What a letdown. If UP ain't done right, let it rest. Well, that's the thing, Jonathan. Why do you want to go back to the UWB? Hey, um, it's clearly going to be somewhat of a very shitty storm tonight, so that's going to be fun and probably very nightmare fueled. But yeah, let me know. Let me know, my friend. Very curious. Hey, Darby, you want to know a joke? I heard a whole paragraph before that, Albert. Hey, Darby, you want to hear a joke? And CW, I mean, and Jonathan, what did UPS used to stand for? What did UPS used to stand for? If you know, just sit there and say you know. You don't have to actually type it out. Hmm. Dominic says, I mean, I get the money thing. My business mind feels they should eliminate hope for the future and have hope start fresh with a new concept. Hope is experienced, but she had the same line since she was 17. Okay, that's yeah. Nah. Take a wild guess, Darby. I think some people know what UPS used to stand for. And I think there was the same joke about ABC. Johnson says because the WB would have full access to DC content. Okay, all right, that's fair. That's actually more than fair. I was very curious of your answer. LaShanta says, where's Sloan? Well, you know she's coming back this week, though, for some odd reason. She's coming back to confront Nicole, which is really stupid. Hmm. Darby says the opposite of Rich. Well, yeah, it's something along something along those lines. Johnson says, and more vampire. You know what, Jonathan? Then yes, yes. Anything that involves more Vampire Diaries content, then yes, I'm with it. I feel so. I watched the scene of the originals, which is a really great show, by the way. But he had to be locked in that cemetery, and Klaus was actually going after Rebecca, and Elijah was like there to sit there and try to stop it. Such a good scene. Just let me know if you're still in the chat because I still got to ask you that question. And he says Steffi looked out. Steffi looked out because Holt now has eyes for your husband. Well, Darby, you're not exactly wrong. Unfortunately, the line that I'm gonna sit there and say I can't say it because one, I probably shouldn't say it, but you're close to it though. LaShanta says the only reason Hope got that line because Katie is salty. Steffi kissed Bill. Hmm. Johnson says we probably could have gotten a werewolf spinoff of the Vampire Diaries. I would have loved that. I would have loved that. But Jonathan, did you hear about Team Wolf Dog and Jeff Davis? No, but Jonathan, did you hear about Jeff Davis and Team Wolf? LaShanta says, I would have heard Sheila's gonna ask Hope to get her a job at Force. Oh, oh LaShanta, I can't wait. I hope that's true. I hope that's true. I love a good laugh, so I hope that's true. Don Mag says, I'm still mad at Peacock for canceling the Vampire Academies that was made by the Vampire Diaries people. I have, I'm gonna get to that comment in 1 minute. Well, Jonathan, Jeff Davis said that he was done, but Tyler said that he still wanted to do it. So Jeff Davis was like, "Hey, listen, if you want to do it, it's on you." He pretty much is like, "Yo, listen, I'm hands off on this." How you doing tonight, Sheree? Darby says you told me yesterday to not get you canceled. That's true. Um, Here's my thing about that Dolomitics. I didn't get a chance to watch the Vampire Academies, but you know what pissed me off though? What's the chick that actually made the Vampire Academies? Like, what's the producer's name? What's the chick that did the Vampire Diaries? What's her name? No, Dolomitics. I want to know what's the chick that really pushed that show. I can't think of her name right now. I'm kind of tipsy. Unless everyone's. Thank you, Jonathan. Julia Plack. So here's my thing. Here's what pissed me off about the Vampire Academies. Vampire Academy. She left legacies to do the Vampire Academy. So she didn't give a damn about that other show and the people on it, the crew and everything like that. It, I felt like she didn't fight. Thank you, John. Thank you, Dolomedics and Jonathan. She didn't fight hard enough for legacies before she just jumped to her next project, and that's what pissed me off. Thank you. That's what pissed me off about the Vampire Academy's Dolomedics. I want to give that a chance, but knowing how fast she just jumped to her next project, like you couldn't have shopped around, see if legacies could have been on anywhere else before she jumped to a show that was very similar. Shuri says, stopping by to put some love in the chat. Well, I appreciate you, Shuri. Let's everyone say what's up to Shuri Love. Darby said, before I go, Albert, is it snowing? No, Darby, it's raining. And it's thunderstorming too, which is not good for my dreams. Darby says, Albert, I got to leave, because I didn't get to see my friend Carice. The hell am I, chopped liver? Did you really just sit there and say you're gone because you didn't get to sit there and see Carice? I'm gonna try not to take offense to that. Dolmec says, "Oh, I thought she was working on both." From what I understand, here's the thing: I knew that she knew that the show was going to be canceled. But my thing was, you didn't fight hard enough for this show before you decided to jump ship to the next show. That's what pissed me off. Because in all reality, I was going to sit there and watch both. Darby says, "You ruled yesterday, Albert." All right, I'll let that go. I'll let that go, Darby. Uh, Kyrie's is my guy, but I'm gonna keep my eye on you, Darby. I'm gonna keep my eye on you, Darby. Johnson says snow days over for now. Yeah, that's the thing, though, Jonathan. Whenever there's a really severe thunderstorm, I have the worst nightmares ever. So I'm so not looking forward towards that. Sean says, I wonder, is there going to be a whole whodunit on GH? You mean like with Dex or Jason? Or like if Finale gets caught in the crossfire? Damn, didn't Finale get caught in the crossfire before? With that crazy chick that Patrick Drake was dating? And he said there was a misunderstanding and she thought Liam was leaving her and she slept with Bill. Of course, Jonathan. You know, I'm a Nickelodeon person, so of course, yeah, I saw a Snow Day. Which honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. Growing up, that movie was actually kind of stupid. It was fun, but it was kind of stupid. It was like this really sad cliche, and you know why, Jonathan. Sherry says, "I love thunderstorms. We like to sit on the porch and watch them, and lightning and rainbows and everything in between." Well, I can see that part as being cool. I'm talking about when you're sleeping. I'm talking about when you're laying down and you have a thunderstorm. That shit ain't fun. We're bored of this song. No. Johnson says the interesting I learned about that film is that the plot of it was originally supposed to be for a potential Pete and Pete movie. Hmm. Well, I love P&P. But Jonathan, I think my whole thing is that it just comes across as this really old school cliche because Jonathan, it's all about trying to sit there and get that one girl, and then he winds up being with his best friend anyway. Which, to be fair, Jonathan, that girl was not all that. If we're gonna be honest, Jonathan, that girl's not all that. Sheree says I slept very well in the storm. I come stay over and you'll be all okay. I definitely love that, Sheree. You'll definitely get my mind off of Storm. And well, I definitely had some fun. Hmm. What? You had a sequel? Are you serious, Jonathan? Jonathan, did you ever watch Degrassi? I know it's kind of a stupid question, but I want to know if you actually watched Degrassi though. Yeah, did you ever watch Degrassi though? Very curious about that. I was watching a little bit of that one episode with Rick. You remember Rick when he came to school and he did X, Y, and Z? And the line he said was, "This is the one time that I actually want to be in school." That's what he said. He was like, "This is the one time I actually want to be in school." I mean, that's the thing, Jonathan. That show is like, especially during that time, that show was infamous. Good memory, my friend. I don't know, Jonathan. I was watching old clips and stuff, and see, Jonathan, they couldn't show an episode like that now. LaShanta says Bill was infuriated with Stephanie. He said men have tried getting the best of him. And Johnson says the episode is called Time Stands Still. Damn. Jonathan, I don't even think you looked that up. You just knew. You just knew. And then I was watching the one episode when what's his name? What's his name? Jake? I think his name was Jake. He wound up dying. Yeah. Um that was another one of my shows, Jonathan, back in the day. Um what was the dude that JT? Yeah, JT died. And people were saying that was a senseless death. Thank you. Damn. Good. Yeah, but they was not just saying that his death was senseless. And I'm just like, people do die though, right? Like I would rather have that than when he wrote off Terry. Sheree says, I'm gonna stay up because I miss you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm kind of tipsy right now, so if I say some stuff that's like not making any sense, I'm blaming it on the alcohol. But thank you though. Joe Max says I love Degrassi. I used to download the episodes from Canada. I remember when the block accident happened in the US. Yeah, Sheree, I've been snitching saying all out of pocket stuff. Sheree says, cheers, babe. Thank you. Thank you, love. Yes. Sure. Why not? Storms are romantic as hell. I mean, it's not romantic when you're trying to sleep and you get woken up by a thunderstorm. I don't know how romantic that is. Back at you, love. Back at you. Sheree. Thank you. Max, the point was that his death was senseless. It's supposed to show how random violence can be. Yes. Um and that's the thing though, like, and also plus Max, the actor wanted to leave though too. So thank you. Appreciate that. Lashanta says that looks good. What looks good? This? Yeah, no, it is good. Kind of fucking heavy though. Dolmax's actions happen is the episodes to Craig got Manny Oh yes, Dolmax, they actually got blocked. Well, they didn't air that episode. It was an unaired episode. That they want to put on Teen Nick later on. Oh, okay. Listen, see, listen. No, you know your stuff. Okay, girl. You know your stuff, love. Johnson says in a later episode, Degrassi, the character was killed off. Oh, besides JT. I mean, Sheree, I don't like trying to sleep through it though, because I know the minute that I go to sleep, like I hear a lot of sounds, and it internalizes. Max says, I still remember that. I still remember now holding Liberty when she cried when she realized JT was dead. Didn't they have a baby together? Didn't they have a child together, Dolometics? And he said the person with the best record for most family members they had been with is broke. Yeah. Cherie says Albert Boston. I'm trying to get it, Cherie, but I'm a little kind of tipsy though. So, Alyssa says, I think the reason why the first band, the accident will happen episode because it has something to do with. Yeah, that's right, Alyssa, because she did wind up having that. Manny. Oh, Manuela. Johnson says it was from the season after the OG cast members left. Character name was Adam and was a transgender character. Jonathan, was that when it was put on? Was that when it was put on Netflix? Alyssa says, had Manny didn't get an abortion, they probably would have aired the episode on. Yeah, Alyssa, that was that show though. I was watching a couple of clips today though. But Alyssa, you know why it's popular? You know why it started to get a little more traction now, right? Because of the whole Drake thing. Because of the whole Drake scene. Justin says no, it aired during the 2010 on the damn. I might have stopped watching it at that point though. Lashanta says Albert is Twilight coming back. I hope so. You know what, Lashanta? I will sit there and say as a male, actually yes, I do hope that Twilight comes back on. Listen, they made the Vampire Diaries because of Twilight, so yeah. Teresa, that was a mistake. Love, I tried to delete it because I had to. Johnson says yes, it happened after I started watching the show. Yeah, that's probably yeah. Um, did you know, Jonathan? I stopped watching it when they had Claire on. Alyssa said I stopped watching after season 7. Yeah, I don't remember what season I stopped watching it. I just remember when I stopped watching after Claire. and a little bit after that guy with the hearse. I think his name was Eli. A little bit after Eli came when I started watching it. Gomez says Joe had a character on the life himself when they thought they brought the hockey team to Degrassi High. What season was that? What season was that, Dolomitics? It was probably not the season after I stopped watching it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Alyssa and Dolomitics and Jonathan. I used to love that show, but I think it just came to a point where I just got tired of it, which is weird because I don't get tired of stuff now. Like, I will watch a show until the end, but I didn't have that same tolerance back then. Um, Delmax says, Alyssa said season 8, I started watching it in 2008. You know, Alyssa, I started watching it in 2002. So, Alyssa, I started watching it from the beginning of Degrassi Next Generation. That's when I started watching it. Delmax says, fun fact, Albert Hollyoaks started as a Degrassi type show, but they eventually let the characters grow up. Really? You know, Delmax, I gotta sit there and try to watch Hollyoaks this week if if I get a chance. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try. Delmax says it was right after they moved to Netflix. Listen, I started watching it in 2002 when it first. Okay, so yeah, listen, I think you started watching it when I watched it. Which is weird, Alyssa, because I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it, I think that's when I started my first year of college, which is so weird. Like, Johnson says I started watching when they got to season 10 because all the OG next gen casts were gone at that point, and I kind of grew up and I kind of grew out of it. Yeah, that's the same thing with me, Jonathan. Sheree says, "Oh, how old are you again?" Oh, I am 40. 40. Which I still don't know how to feel about that. I still don't know how to feel about that, Sheree. Max says, yes, the older characters and some of the teachers' routines on the show, kind of like Degrassi and Mr. Simpson. Jesus Christ. Damn. Jonathan, they don't have the end anymore? They don't have Team Nick anymore, Jonathan? Sheree says you are loved that for you and me. Yeah, Sheree, it's just sometimes I just sit there and just think like 40. I'm 40. I don't think about it too much, Sheree, but when I do, it feels so heavy. It feels so goddamn heavy. Johnson says teenage can still around, but it was better back in the day as an Jonathan, I'm kind of curious about what kind of shows they have on Teen Nick now. I mean, Jonathan, I used to watch Radio Free Roscoe. As much as I love Degrassi, I used to watch Radio Free Roscoe. I used to watch South and Nowhere, which the actor that played Griffin was on there for anyone that's wondering. Alyssa, I'm glad they got rid of the principal and the fourth season after. Oh, I didn't realize Mr. Simpson was actually gone. Dumbass says you have the oldest characters and some of the teachers' routines on the show, kind of like Degrassi and Mr. Simpson. Damn. See, that's Jonathan. See, that is a fan right there. Because most people don't know about Mr. Simpson, aka the Snake. And Alyssa says, I used to watch her. Damn, Alyssa. That's what's up. That's what's up. Goddamn. Oh, Annie, that's cute. I like that. That's cute. I like that. Alyssa says Mr. Simpson was a teacher when I started watching. Yeah, he was. See, I didn't watch the show before that though. I didn't watch the show before that, and they replayed it, and I still couldn't sit there and get into it as much as I love Degrassi. Sheree says, "Long life is a dope. Long life is dope. Life, live it. Long life, um, long life the queen and queen. Long life the queen and king. Can't get to without being 40. Long live." No, Sheree, I love your positive attitude. I love your positive attitude. I mean, I don't have a negative attitude. I'm just like 40. Ugh. Who says me out there? Degrassi Junior High School and Degrassi High School. Yeah, listen, yeah, I used to just do high school. I mean, the next generation. I don't know. Listen, I just think that like next generation spoke to me. So I couldn't sit there and watch anything before that. Josh says Snake was married to Spike, Emma's mom. Jonathan, you remember Ellie? Sean says I like Walla Now. I like the last few minutes of Walla Now. I can really get into the whole sketch comedy thing though. I like the freestyle battles though. Alyssa, I did the next generation too. Yeah, I couldn't do this stuff before. It just didn't speak to me. I think that's what it was. And it was weird, Alyssa, because when I watched it, I was in college, but I still connected to a lot of the stories that happened in high school. And Johnson says, I remember Elliot Nash. Yeah. My ex girlfriend was really into her. I thought she was okay. Who was the other guy though? The Spanish guy who was gay, and then they tried to do the college years. What was his name? What was the Spanish guy's name? Jonathan. Let's say it was so intense. Drake getting shot was the icing on a cake. I look back, this. Well, again, that's what I'm saying. That's why the clips are so popular now because of the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. DC Soap Sanctuary. Let's say what's up to DC. Wow, damn, Jesus Christ, all makes you are good. DC, I've been drinking. How about we not sit there and put that nastiness into this chat? Okay, John. Okay, DC, I've been drinking, so how about we not sit there and put that nastiness into it? Have a good night, Lashanta. Johnson says, and Marco Spinner and Paige and Ashley and Hazel and Craig and Sean and more. Jesus, yes, and Marco is actually Italian. Jonathan, who was like the fashionista chick? It wasn't Hazel, it was somebody else though. Was it Paige? DC says we're talking about Degrassi. My favorite was Emma. She was and is Degrassi's royalty. DC, you know who my favorite was? Well, DC, I think you can kind of guess who my favorite was. If you watch Degrassi, who is my favorite? I probably said this before, but I want to sit there and know. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and read that grossness. Johnson says I believe it was Paige. Thank you. Who was that? Who was that hot chick though, Jonathan? Who was that hot chick? Dolmac says, I was so into the U.S. I was so into the show that I used to download episodes of Kennedy because I didn't want to. Damn. Yes. Dolmax knows me way too well. No, DC, it was Manning. It was Manning. God damn, Dolmetics. I'm impressed. Jesus Christ. That was good. DC says whatever it takes, I can make it. That is so nostalgia. DC says Manny was the Audra de She actually really was. She actually really was. Uh, Alyssa says Emma was mad. She was judgmental to Manny. Their friendship was trash. Hmm, damn. She may not exactly be wrong. Johnson says Emma and Manny and TJ, Toby, and Liberty were the youngest group of on the show at the time. DT says that's why Abra liked Manny. Yes. Yes. And DC says Emma was the Robin Scorpio. You know what? That is actually right. DC is 100% right. Cherie says, "Oh, the hot chick must have been me. I don't remember those Degrassi chicks though." And Delmex says Manny and her early 2000 whale tales. The Yeah, Dolomex. It's actually really funny. I think that was the second episode that I watched Dolomex. I am so surprised they actually put that on TV, even for Canada. That was Dolomex. Let me tell you something. That was wild, even for Canada. By the way, my first episodes was Gangster Gangster and You Got the Look, and of course, You Got the Look was Manny and that thong. Jesus Christ. Now, DC says Emma and Manny were the Robin and Brenda of Degrassi. He's not actually wrong about that though. He's not actually wrong about that. Now, DC says it was weird that Emma marries Spinner in the end. Yeah, that was actually pretty weird. Max says Emma was an actual Degrassi legacy character. Yes, she was. Yeah, yeah, she was. DC says the shooting episode was the version of. No, it was not. No, no, it was not. No, 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 no. It was not. Max says, when they had the business it challenge on social media a few years back, the actress who played Manny brought back the. I'm sorry, what? Uh, no, DC. It didn't feel like the Metro Court hostage situation. It felt like, well, you know what it felt like. You know what it felt like. DC says, I would like, I gotta see that. Yes, I do got to see that video, DC. That's exactly what that means. Freddie said, I just want to come back real quick. My friend wanted me to tell you in the chat, thank you all for the prayers for her after she got attacked tonight. She really appreciated. No, of course, Freddie. Listen, that is a god awful thing to happen to anyone. Um, see, like I said, my prayers go out to her, and I know that you don't want to sit there and tell details. I just want you to know I'm here for you. So, oh no, DC, I got other material for that, but I would love to sit and see what Dolmax is talking about. Alyssa says, yeah, I mean, she was. No, DC, you were on point with that, though. Alyssa, I wish Terry and Spinner hooked up, but Paige blew that up in the first. Damn, Alyssa, that was. She's actually 100% right. That is. Damn, that is some. That is spot. That is spot on. You know, Alyssa, I'll say this much, Alyssa. When Terry grew up, okay, Alyssa, when Terry grew up, she was that chick. Okay, I'm gonna say that right now, Alyssa. When Terry grew up, like the actress, she was that. Oh, of course, Freddie. Like I said, I always got your back, Freddie, no matter what. Johnson says Days and other souls were my Degrassi successor. Well, I can see with Days, Jonathan, because I knew that those characters, I heard that those characters grew up and they became. Say, listen, this is why I'm always gonna have love for you, listen. This is why I'm always gonna have love for you. Because you know. That's why I rock with you, Alyssa. That's why I rock with you. Hmm. CC, who's Holly J, though? I don't remember Holly J. Was Holly J Paige's friend? Daisy says the finest man on the grassy was Craig, but nowadays I feel like Craig is a 4, but he was a 9 back in the day. Hmm. Okay, DC, what was Sean then? What was Sean then, DC? Back in the day, what was Sean? But no, DC, what was Sean though? Alyssa says Paige was sabotaging Terry, which led to Spinner liking Paige. I remember that episode. I remember that episode, Alyssa, because at that point it showed just how Paige was very selfish. And I also remember what Paige actually liked the JT, but because JT was younger and she didn't want to be like embarrassed or whatever, she didn't rock with JT. But she liked JT though. DC says, "Oh, Sean was an 8, but now he would be a 4.5 to me. Sean had the bad boy complex, which made him a whole 9." Okay, DC, what was Marco then? What was Marco, DC? What was Marco? Alyssa said Terry got drunk and embarrassed herself at the dance. Page was so jealous of Terry. Yeah. Well, Alyssa, to be fair, you know what happened when Terry grew up. So all I'm gonna sit there and say is I understood why Paige was jealous of why Paige was jealous of Terry. DC says Marco to me back then was a 5. Wow, he was only a 5? Hmm, 5. DC says Jimmy back then was a 4, but now he's a whole 10. Not and no, it's not just because he's rich rapper now. I know. No, no one was thinking that, but Johnson says Holly J was one of the characters that came in when the late. I don't remember. I don't remember Holly J. For some odd reason, I don't remember Holly J. Yeah, I don't remember Holly J. I don't know why. Was she? No, I don't remember her. Alexis Terry grew up to be the gorgeous. She was pretty before. Yeah, I guess I'll sit there and say this much, Dolomax. I saw her model pictures. She got it going on. That's the type of chick that I would enjoy trying to break. That's the type of chick I would enjoy trying to break. Alyssa Holly J was a knockoff of Paige. Oh, Alyssa, was she the brother of that other guy? Did she have a brother that was going out with Paige? Let me know that, Alyssa, or somebody in the chat. Was she going out with? Well, DC, I would try. Johnson says, "You remember my the character that?" Yes, I do. Damn, good memory, Jonathan. And it's funny, Jonathan, because she's more known as Elena than she was Maya. God damn. DC says, I think I stopped watching Degrassi at the time. Probably was the same time he stopped watching. No, I think that was way before. I think that was way before, my friend. But Alyssa, was Holly J? Did Holly J have a brother? Let me know in the chat. Because I think I might have remembered that character. Filmex says, remember Paige, arch enemy, Heather Sinclair, that we never saw Holly J was supposed to be her sister. And Alyssa says Holly J is Heather Sinclair's sister. Heather Sinclair was not. Oh yeah, no, I remember I remember that was the inside joke. And DC says no, Holly J was the sister of Heather Sinclair, who was a character in Degrassi that was always discussed but never seen. Yes. Holly J was from Lake Tahoe. She gave a lot of characters, especially Mia, a time, and no, Holly J did not have a brother. Was Holly J okay? Was Holly J the chick that had that loving in the afternoon scene? Okay, so was she that chick that had sex in the boiler room? Remember, there was a famous scene where it's like they wound up doing it in the boiler room, and then Degrassi got super strict. I don't know if that was have a night cherry ice cream. What am I doing? I could just sit there and just look this shit up. Was one of the last. Okay, I'm gonna look this chick up. Holly J. Oh, oh, she really was a knockoff. Oh, she really was. Wow. Okay. They just okay. Yeah, I just looked her up. Now I remember her. She did have a brother though. Phil Max says, remember when they created Eclair and Fiona because they were trying to be. Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that Dolomitics because Fiona was also I think she was into women. And I remember that guy because he was on other shows. Johnson says no, she didn't have a brother. Yeah, I mean, that's I think that was the problem though, Alyssa. It's like I don't think they knew when to end it. Mary says, the actress who played Holly J auditioned for Emma but didn't get the part. Oh. she was a knockoff page. Okay. Damn, now actually, it's funny, now I actually remember those scenes for her too. Oh yeah, I definitely need to get some more tomorrow. It's actually gonna be so sad. I'm not gonna be able to drink like this next week. I'm not gonna be able to drink like this next week. Because I'm gonna have to go back to work and pretend to be nice and pretend to be a good person. Not that I'm not a good person, but oof, I really gotta sit there and ham it up there. Domac says, what's interesting is some of the Degrassi characters auditioned for the parts, like Manny auditioned for Liberty but got Manny instead. Yeah, but I can always sit there. I can always sit there and take another day off. So we'll sit there and message each other. Damn it! I knew I had to sit there and do something. I'm so drunk right now. But yeah, no, I gotta sit there and message you down. It's funny, Dolomex. I can't. I could not see her sitting there playing Liberty. What was her last name? Van Zam or something? Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, Jonathan. To be fair, I think that's why I always like the Canadian shows though, because they push boundaries that was not going to be allowed in the U.S. They push boundaries that was not going to be allowed in the U.S. I can imagine Manny being Liberty. I couldn't see it, so I think they made the right call, especially with Manny. Damn, I wonder what that chick is actually doing now. Like after she did a bunch of shitty movies, um, Casey Steels was on a show called the LA Complex. But yes, no, Shereen, I'm gonna hit you up tonight. Sorry I didn't message you before. So we will sit there and talk and I've been drunk all this week also though, too, Shereen. Johnson says, oh, she does voice work, okay. Johnson says, I mean, don't next. Now, Johnson says rhymes, Casey rhymes with Lacey. Yeah, it does. Well, that's good though, Max. I know she was doing some Lifetime movies, which I can't sit there and shit on them, because I haven't watched any new stuff. But like I said, the last thing I saw her was in the LA Complex, which is actually a very good show, very raunchy show for the CW, and they actually did use the F word in there. Domax says she also does music, but that makes sense. I can see that. I don't know if anyone actually remembers the LA complex. DC says, "All right, guys, I have company coming soon. Good night, and maybe one day Abu will take accountability for." Sheree says, "You're good. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, and we'll talk soon. Always looking forward." Yes, Sheree. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm looking forward to seeing you as well. So we're gonna lock some shit down. That's what we gotta do. We gotta lock some shit down. because I'm really looking forward to us. I'm really looking forward towards this charade for many reasons that I'm not going to list here. But Romex says those Lifetime movies are good for a quick buck for an actor. Yeah, it is. But again, Domex, I can't judge new Lifetime movies though. I can't. The old ones was shit for a lot of different reasons. Johnson says no. Casey and Casey rhymes glass. Johnson says Casey equals KC. Now, Dolmack says Disney screwed her over. She was supposed to be the voice in that Rey movie, but they dropped her and gave it to a girl from Star Wars. Oof, damn, that does suck. Shit. I mean, I know business decisions happen and everything like that, but let's not do that. No, but that sucks, though. But no, I know our reality doll next. That was a good show though, and then they brought it to Nickelode. Then they brought it to Netflix. But I think it's one of those shows that it's like Alyssa said. It's like, or like I said, they didn't know when it ended though. Now Sean said those Lifetime movies are bland. A lot of them. See, that's the thing, Sean. My issues with the old Lifetime movies, and I know I'm gonna sound like a dick, but it was the way I saw it was always like the man was at fault. The man was the enemy. They was running away from the man. The man was always abusive. Um, and it's Lifetime, so it's like whatever. But because I haven't actually watched, um, oh, have a good night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. Alyssa's Lifetime movies are getting horrible. Really? Well, that's not good. Johnson said you're pronouncing the A in the name wrong. Cassie is pronounced like a in grass. Grass. Cassie. Grassy Cassie? Yeah, Cassie. Oh, I just realized that. Cassie, Jesus Christ, Cassie Stills. Oh, Jesus Christ, damn. Thank you. Well, Jonathan, this time I'm actually gonna blame it on I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol. Alyssa says Lifetime movies are getting horrible. Alyssa, what was the last no, but Alyssa, what was the last Lifetime horror? When was the last terrible Lifetime movie you've seen? Because my whole thing is, Alyssa, I was hoping that they would get better. Right? You're Smith is saying that they're actually horrible, so that's not giving me a lot of good. Johnson says those movies seem the same to me. I know how they used to be portrayed. How I used to see them, Jonathan. Yeah, Alyssa, I was like, who the hell? I was like, who's leaving? Alyssa says there are a few, but I have a problem with the acting. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Alyssa. I was I was looking at some previews towards Hulu, like some movies or whatever that came out. There's a lot of movies that have very horrible acting, and yet they still get made. Horrible acting, horrible special effects, and yet they still get made. So there's always work for, part of me is like, I really want another drink, but I'm like, I don't want to get a hangover. Johnson says a lot of soap actors have appeared in Lifetime movies, including Maurice Bennett. Well, Jonathan, screw it, I'm going to say it anyway. They always sit there and say, like, when soap actors go to Lifetime movies, it's the beginning of the end. Like, literally, it's the beginning of the end. Domex says the funny thing is now that Netflix rom-coms are basically Lifetime and Hallmark movies. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's actually pretty insulting. But to be fair, Domex, I don't actually watch rom-coms. No, I don't watch rom-coms. Even though I watch soap operas. But I don't watch soap operas for romance, though. So, but if you're talking about acting, then yeah, that's bad. But no, Jonathan, that's what they sit there and say. Like when a soap star goes to like Hallmark or Lifetime or Lifetime, it's pretty much the beginning of the end. Now, Dolmax says the Hallmark and Lifetime movies are good for a steady pay. Listen, I don't. You gotta get your pay. You gotta get your money somewhere. So I don't knock that. But Johnson says remember all the sci-fi movies from. I do. Oh my God, Jonathan, they're so bad. Even like you take away Sharknado, you take away those which were actually successful. They're still so bad. But Jonathan, let me ask you a question. Why do you think people watch those movies? That's my question for you. Why do you think that people actually? Why do you think Johnson says there were transform? Jonathan, there's a movie called The Incredible Bulk. Okay, there's a movie called The Incredible Bulk or The Sinister Squad. Max says it's like those cheap sci-fi movies. Yeah, exactly. They call them asylum movies. But to be fair, they did make they did make Z Nation. So for every garbage ass movie, there's always I don't know. Sean said the actor that played Chases on a Lifetime movies. He can't act straight. He can't act straight face. He can't act strange facial expressions. Johnson said there were even an Avengers ripoff fairy tale characters. That's true, Jonathan. I mean, there's Thor movies. Um, remember I seen one movie where he's using a machine gun. I'm just like, oh, okay, sure, why not? Um, but Jonathan, you know what they actually said about the Asylum movies? They never lost a profit. Out of all their years of actually doing movies, they never lost a profit. Yeah, they're called mockbusters. But yeah, I do remember something similar to that. I was saying, but no, Sean, Yeah, that's Sean. That's the movie with him and his wife, right? Johnson says there was a Toy Story toy fable. What? I kind of want to see that. Even though I never saw a Toy Story, I actually want to see that. Nomax said those Hallmark movies are good for making a quick 10 to 20 grand. You film for about 3 weeks and collect the check. Yeah, and that's the thing, Domax. Listen, I'm not gonna knock the hustle, right? We can all sit there and look at those movies and be like, they are god awful. But soaps don't pay as much as they used to. And unless you're elite, like Victor or Jack or Maurice Bernard or Nikki Newman, you ain't making that bank. Hell, even Laura Wright works as a yoga instructor. Johnson says bad animation. But if I ever had the editing tools and stuff like that, I would love to sit there and like make like a review. Sherry says you're still on my. Yeah, I'm gonna sit there and get off. I'm gonna get off pretty soon. Um, that's the thing, Sherry. When I get drunk, I like to talk and oh shit, it's like 11 o'clock. Jesus Christ. No, that's cool, Sheree. It's just like when I get drunk, I like to sit there and talk. When I get tipsy, I like to sit there and talk. And yeah. No, thank you, Sheree. No, I'm gonna sit there well, unless you let's sit there and go to sleep, Sheree, then I'll call you. Sheree said the bitch, and it really pissed me. That makes it. Plus, you can do a bunch of really fast. Belmax says, I saw the actress who played Bella on Lincoln. She worked as a recurring for hospitality. But no, sure. I mean, I see you still on. I mean, I see you still up. So if you do get a call from me, it's going to be well drunken ramblings. But I'll try to make sense to them. Johnson says the big showdown: Nicole versus Desperado Pearson, May 31st at the Mara Mansion living room. Don't miss it. Yeah. Oh, so that's going to be Friday then. Well, Jonathan, I hope tomorrow's episode is good because it seemed like Friday's going to be good. So hopefully tomorrow's episode is good. Uh, Sherry said try the X Obsession, mostly black actors. The X Obsession, mostly black actors. Sherry, are you excited for the show The Gates? Since we're on now, are you excited for the Gates? Sherry says if you can't call me as a guest, I don't know you like me anyways. Of course, I like you, Sherry. Um, but I know it's kind of late though out there. And I always feel bad for something calling you when it's like super late. It's just I've been off. And I've been drinking, and I really want some more goddamn alcohol. Why am I getting sick, son? Yeah, she says yes if the writing is proper and the acting is proper. Yeah. Johnson says, do you think Paulina will fire Melinda when? Yeah, yeah, Jonathan. And the thing is, if she doesn't, I don't know what to say. On one hand, she should as the mayor, as on the other hand, she dropped the ball as the mayor herself. She got her daughter, Johnny, and Julie in danger. Dolomex says, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you get a chance to watch any Hollywood. Yes, I definitely will. Thank you, John. Thank you, Dolomex. I appreciate that. I still have it on my in my email, so I'm gonna check it out. So yeah, thank you for letting me know, Dolomex. Sean says, by GH, hello, the gays. That's how I feel now. Well, Sean, I think we're all rooting for the show, and we all hope that the show is going to do really good. Because I heard there was a show called Generations that yeah. No, I'm gonna try to watch it tonight, Jonathan. I know I got to sit down and watch the Young and the Restless, but I'm gonna try to watch it tonight though. Eric and Brady. Let me write it down because I am semi boozy right now. So yes, thank you for staying out with me, Tom X. I appreciate that. I know you got to probably wake up early, so I appreciate it, and also the email. Thank you so much. Sherry says now F that I'm twisted too. If you want to talk, no worries. If you want to rest now, no worries. No worries. Okay. I just feel guilty for like Jesus Christ. I just feel guilty for calling you so late though. Oh, D Clan, that's his name? That was his what's his actual name is D Clan? It's kind of a stupid name. Johnson says you should also watch the video of Chad fights with Ben. Okay, put it on the list. This one, I want to write it down this way I actually know and remember it because I don't want to just be another drunken haze kind of. Um, well, some tipsy. I wasn't it? I was sitting there say drunk. I was sitting there say tipsy. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. I would definitely check that out. Um, I don't know what possessed this woman to actually come back. Like, why would you come to see Nicole? That's what I don't understand. Why would Sloan, who has mountains of charges against her, walk into Demara's place? Out of all places, why would you walk there? Why would you go there for? That literally makes no sense whatsoever. And the sad thing is that I think they're doing it just for plot and dramatic effect because there better be a damn good reason why she is actually at EJ's place. And it can't be for the money because he already wired my. Have a good night, Sean. Thank you for joining. It was actually good to see you again. I'm so glad you actually found this live stream. Johnson says, I think Sloan wants to convince Nicole to have the charges dropped against her. Oh, that is hilarious. I wish I could actually be somewhat tipsy when I watched that episode. I didn't do a review right afterwards. I mean, of course, I'll be slurring my words, but hmm, that'll be good. That would actually make sense. Jonathan, I'm so glad that you're actually sober tonight because I'm damn sure not. And that actually makes good sense. I think Eric, no, Eric said it yesterday. Eric was like, I'm so surprised that Sloan is not here. I'm just like, let me get this straight. You're surprised that this woman did not sit there and wait for the cops to come to take her to jail. Hey, and now you got, and now you got, Johnson says, I'm the designated driver. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jonathan. Um, Keeping me on focus and on task. Appreciate you. And now you got Marlena that wants to sit there and try to get an intervention of Everett with Jada and Stephanie. The dude is already agitated. And by the way, Stephanie should not feel bad. Like Stephanie wants to sit there and help Everett because of his mental health issues. Because she feels like it's wrong to sit there and abandon him. But to tell you the truth, it's okay if you don't want to sit there and deal with somebody's mental health issues. It doesn't make you a bad person, it makes you human. And that's what I don't understand about Stephanie. Stephanie is like, I want to help Everett. Everett could be dangerous. And I remember the episode when Mike had that girlfriend that decided she wanted to sit there and leave and be like, you know what, listen, I didn't sign up for this. I know he has Alzheimer's or he has Alzheimer's? Alzheimer's? What's that thing where people who are older lose their memory? Alzheimer's? Alzheimer's? You know what I'm talking about. The point is, she was like, you know, listen, I don't want to, I didn't sign up for this. Johnson says, Alzheimer's, thank you. And I remember when thank you, Alzheimer's. I remember when she left, when she was like, you know, listen, I didn't sign up for this. I'm gonna sit there and just kind of bow out and just leave. And I remember sitting up there, and I was one of those people that was like, damn, that's just cold. This guy is going through a disease, and you're just like, oh, okay, I guess the fun is over, so I'm out. And I judged her for that. And I was wrong for that because at the end of the day, she didn't sign up for that. Right. And I think she just got to a point in her age where she's like, you know what, listen, it's not about trying to prove that I'm a good person. It's about proving what's good for me. And although it might have came across as very shitty that she just wound up leaving, and because he had Alzheimer's, Alzheimer's, um, she did what was best for her. And that's the same thing with Stephanie. So I don't knock her if she decided, you know what, listen, this isn't for me. I don't know. That's just what I think of the situation with um with her and Chad. Alzheimer's. Yeah. Oh, and I think Dion was actually supposed to do his live stream also. Also, thank you for actually sticking with me if you've been on here for like 3 hours. Normally I don't have to well, normally I don't have the battery power to sit down through a 3 hour live stream. And I usually have to work early the next day. Oh Jesus Christ, this is actually pretty sad and depressing. I mean I get it, but yeah, I can't be part of that stream. No offense, but I just want to sit there and check on a fellow neighbor. Let's see how his stream was going. Sheree says, I don't know why Sloan worried about charges though. EJ is her new accomplice who is buying her a whole new life to disappear, and her bestie trash is the DA. Maybe this is guilt and she loves Eric. Oh, she definitely loves Eric, which I'm just like, I don't really understand what you see in a bum, personally. I mean, yeah, I know he has a job, but let's be honest, he's a bum. Um, but I mean, the thing is, Cherie, EJ isn't the DA anymore. Isn't the DA anymore. And although, yeah, Melinda and her are besties, she still got a job. And Melinda is more worried about herself than anything else. Cherie says Alzheimer's is dementia, mom passed from it. Mom is going through it. My mom's, my dad's mom is going through it now. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry to hear that. I can't even imagine that. It's heartbreaking. Your memories and your experiences is what makes you who you are. And to lose that is damn near practically losing your soul in a lot of ways. Johnson says she loves her in her own desperado way. She loves him in his own desperado way. Sheree says you never lie, trash will always take it. Exactly. Sheree Melinda was like, hey, listen, you left my name out of it, right? I mean, yeah, it's bad what happened to you, but you left my name out of it, right? Yeah, no, Jonathan, it's a heartbreaking thing. It's a heartbreaking thing. I there's a lot of things I wish on people. Certain things I wouldn't. Certain things I would not wish on people. Yeah, Sheree, it's been a hot minute since you actually been in the chat. All the drama and everything like that. Jesus fucking Christ. See, I can't. You know what? I'm just gonna let that go. Had to sit there and check on the neighbor. I'll sit there and say. Sheree says, "Miss your chat fam, always love." No, listen, Sheree, it's good to sit there and see. Johnson says, "Language." You know what actually reminds me of Captain America. Um, Jonathan, like I said, well, yeah, I'm not monetizing this channel, but I mean, I'm not monetizing this video, but um, Johnson says all the effects of alcohol. Yeah, Jonathan, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I gotta get some more. I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. I'm actually kind of depressed. I'm actually running low on alcohol. Sure said that's not me texting him, guys. I promise. No, I'm looking at a neighbor and I'm watching his stream a little bit. I'm watching their stream a little bit, and it's just super depressing. Like, it is really depressing. And yes, Jonathan, it is the effects of alcohol. Um, it's funny. I actually had a lot of drinking yet. I'm still in control for the most part of what I say. Sheree says who, where. No, Sheree, it's raining outside and it was like thunderstorming a little bit. Um, that's but no, I was watching a little bit of a neighbor's live stream. I'll probably go back and like maybe rewatch the beginning of it. I don't know. I mean, I don't. That's true. I guess I do kind of judge other people's streams, but I'll say this much. I always want my streams to be like very fun and entertaining and like just a time you can come in, just kind of just not think about some of the horrible, terrible things that go on in the world, and just come into a place you could just have a good time, you know, and not so much of coming to a place where you just feel sad, depressed, and oof, the world is too ugly at times. Sometimes you need a place you can come in and just kind of hang out and relax. After watching 5 seconds of that, Jesus Christ. Johnson says it will be ironic for Melinda to have a job. It'd be ironic for Melinda to have her job only to see it lose again. But see, that's the thing though, Jonathan, because I know the actress also does a podcast, right? So do you think that it's kind of like she'll go to jail for a little bit and come back? Like she'll go to jail for a little bit to take a break from the show to go back to her other gig. Sheree says, I feel like this is a fun, safe place we can talk a little, take a little shots, no judgment and no attacks. Yeah, Sheree, I want to make this a fun and safe place. Well, it is a fun place, but I've been doing my damnedest to try to make it a safe place, though. Sheree says you do a good job of creating a big space for everyone's opinion. I try, Sheree. I didn't always do that, though. I let the chat run wild, and it started to become the Wild West. And then pretty much, Sheree, what wound up happening was I had to sit there and grow some goddamn balls and tell people, hey, listen, I'm not accepting that, so show the fuck out and just have a good time. Johnson says she'll probably still be a lawyer, but she probably won't be DA again if she gets fired. Well, you know, Jonathan, what makes you think that she won't go to jail? See, that's the thing though. Like she won't just get fired and she's like, okay, you know, listen, you're fired, you're done. It's like, no, she broke some laws. You know what I'm saying? Like she broke some laws. It wasn't just simply like, yeah, John, no, John, she's definitely going to jail. But you know, that's the thing, Jonathan, because I looked up the actress. I know that she does have a podcast. Um, so I think she'll probably want to go into jail. She's definitely going to jail. So maybe the whole exactly, and maybe Jonathan, maybe the whole Bella, if they do, if here's the thing, Jonathan, if they can convince the actress to give her more work and give her a good story, then I can see her being um the DA. Because you gotta remember, Jonathan, that was the problem with Greg Vaughn. He left the show because he felt like he was a passenger in his own story. Exactly. Well, I like the icon, Jonathan. That's slick. I like that. But they gotta give her a story that's worth it, though. You know, because that's the thing with some of these actors. It's like, yeah, the paycheck is good, but it's like if you're just doing it for the paycheck, it's the same thing with me. It's like I can do this just for the paycheck. But if I'm not having fun doing it, then what the hell am I doing? Sheree says, who's going to clock Melinda about the baby stuff? Eric, Rafe is too silly to catch on. Leo, ratting her out. Yeah, I doubt that, Sheree, because if Leo tries to rat Melinda out, he's going down too. I mean, he did some crimes too. Not just about knowing the crime, but also the extortion, which I'm pretty sure that would probably land you in jail. Just throwing it out there. All right. It is actually getting late. And I do want to sit there and try to get some sleep. Well, okay, I want to sit there and watch The Young and the Restless and then try to get some sleep. So I'm going to end the stream here. But I do want to thank each and every single person who actually stayed during this 3-hour live stream, which is Teresa Sloan already called Leo out. Leo out though. Have a good night, quiet guy. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Cherie R, the real Cherie. I'm always going to call you the real Cherie because, you know, we had some imposters back in the day. Have a good night, quiet guy. Have a good night, Cherie. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Sean. There's some other people. Oh, my God. Tracy says, thank you for giving us extra. Thank you, Tracy, for coming through. And thank you for the super chat. Oh, my God. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. But, no, this was actually a lot of fun, Tracy. I haven't done a 3-hour live stream in so long. It actually was really good. They just kind of just shooting the shit with my friends. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tracy Steves. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat with our Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. My guy, appreciate you. Yes, Tracy Steves is just amazing. So thank you so much, Tracy. Jesus Christ, I appreciate that. Yes, she is. Yes, you are the real Cherie. The real Cherie R. Johnson says, join us next. Good night, everyone, and hit the like button on the way out. Hit the button like you never hit it before. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, hit that like button and become a member. So do both. Hit the like button and become a member and join us during our weekend live streams where we are a little extra. Okay, we are a little extra, especially if I have some of this. It's going to be very extra. Yes, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing everyone in the next live stream. So again, let's everyone thank Tracy Steves for that. I appreciate that. Thank you all. I'll see you on the next one. Laters.